After 5 epic years,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ripple. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hey, what around?
and countless hours of gaming,
Who's the gamer?
20 streamers return
It's my world now, boys.
to play for $250,000. The AT&T Annihilator Cup is back for its 5th year, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers in a new 5 versus 5 team format.
I'll fight all of you!
Oh my God!
Get in here!
Competing across 4 iconic titles: Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, Street Fighter 6, and new this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. The first 4 Thursdays of May.
Come on! Let's go! Let's go!
You win.
Yes!
After 5 epic years
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ripple. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hey, what around?
and countless hours of gaming,
Who's the gamer?
20 streamers return
It's my world now, boys.
to play for $250,000. The AT&T Annihilator Cup is back for its 5th year, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers in a new 5 versus 5 team format.
I'll fight all of you!
Oh my God!
Get in here!
Competing across 4 iconic titles: Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, Street Fighter 6, and new this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. The first 4 Thursdays of May.
I make it pop like bubblegum. I'm hot now, wait till the summer come. Shake some.
Come on! Let's go!
You win.
Yes!
After 5 epic years
Ladies and gentlemen, a triple. Oh, whoa, whoa!
Hey, what a round!
and countless hours of gaming,
Who's the gamer?
20 streamers return
It's my world now, boys.
to play for $250,000. The AT&T Annihilator Cup is back for its 5th year, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers in a new 5 versus 5 team format.
I'll fight all of you!
Oh my God!
Get in here!
Competing across 4 iconic titles: Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, Street Fighter 6, and new this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. The first 4 Thursdays of May.
crushing on top of it, and got the cancel on top. Yo, Jake
Yo,
and
we got
Bake,
the full combo?
more like
Yo-yo
Jake
trick?
and Bake with the Scorpion.
It was Jake and Bake who walked away as the winner of the AT&T Annihilator Cup. He walks away with $100,000 and the ultimate bragging right.
Imagine losing to an IRL streamer twice.
This whole AT&T tourney, honestly, was like a pretty good experience.
Fireball.
Oh my God!
No uppercut. The throw.
Oh my God! To a final round. Jake and Bake. Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
This is like super fun to be a part of again. AT&T does a really great job putting this together.
Summit's here to win games, and here it is on number 4 with the last shot.
We're cooking! Boom, baby!
I just got smoked completely. I can't do anything!
The practice paid off.
Double kill for double lift. Fox looking to shut him down, but he ain't gonna find it just yet. A triple. Ladies and gentlemen, it might just be a quadra. Honestly, Jake and Bake also hitting 80 farm here on the move. Sidion's under pressure. Hunch coming up clutch. He gets a solo kill here in the top lane. Turns it into a 2-1 game.
This is my world now, boys. I don't want to talk about it.
Told you, should have had AT&T internet. Wouldn't have an issue.
What do you? I love AT&T, baby.
Yo, AT&T's here.
We're playing all sorts of games for the AT&T tournament. Wow, the one shot!
Double lift is untouched. A quadra kill for the Jinx. A pentakill for double lift. The end of the game right there. Team double lift takes the win for League of Legends and the AT&T Annihilator Cup.
Honestly, I'm super grateful to have won. I think I got very lucky with my teammates and with the game selection. So I would love to be back and appreciate, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AT&T Annihilator Cup. I'm excited to welcome you back for the 5th year, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers. We're broadcasting live from the 100 Thieves compound in Los Angeles all month long. I'm your host, Austin Show, and we've got an action-packed tournament for you. This year, AT&T is offering more ways to watch the AT&T Annihilator Cup, allowing fans to stay connected through the talent they love. Visit AT&TAnnihilatorCup.com to see where you can stay plugged into the action all tournament long. This week, we're kicking off the tournament with Counter-Strike 2. Before we begin, let's take a look at an overview of the 4-week, 4-game tournament. Welcome back to the AT&T Annihilator Cup, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers as they battle for glory across 4 epic games. Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, Street Fighter 6, and new this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Get ready for a whole new way to play. To honor 5 years of the tournament, this year's AT&T Annihilator Cup will feature a new 5v5 teams format, where strategy meets skill like never before. This year, team performance is just as important as individual performance. It's not just about the squad, it's about every player stepping up. With $100,000 for teams and another $100,000 up for grabs for individuals, there's a lot on the line. And to raise the stakes, AT&T is teaming up with all winners to donate a total of $50,000 to charity. Yeah! To debut the new teams format, 4 top-tier captains connected their teams to compete together in the AT&T Annihilator Cup. Our captains participated in a draft where they selected players one by one. In the end, 4 teams were assembled to compete for the glory with all players connected like never before. Curious how it'll work? Here's how. Every week, players participate in a new game, earning points towards both an individual and team score. Team scores will be made up of the combined score from each of the team members. Every game counts, so they'll have to consistently perform at their best if they want to take home a piece of the grand prize. The team that accumulates the most points overall will win the team competition, while the individual with the highest score across all 4 games will be crowned our AT&T Annihilator Cup champion. We have an incredible talent lineup connecting you to some of the most prominent names in streaming and content creation.
I'll fight everybody.
Will teamwork reign supreme, or will one player's epic performance steal the show? It's time to find out. The first 4 Thursdays of May, brought to you by AT&T.
All right, folks, let's summarize what you just saw. Competitors will earn points towards an overall tournament leaderboard. Each game will have the same impact on a streamer's final score based on our unified point system. Final scores are based on final team rank and individual performance. After all 4 games have been played, the competitor with the highest score wins. As a reminder, you have a chance to win cool prizes all tournament long. At the end of tonight, 5 of you will win a gaming monitor, and at the end of the tournament, 1 lucky winner will take home the grand prize PC. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code or head to AT&T AnnihilatorCup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. To break down this week's gameplay, I'm joined by 2 Counter-Strike experts, Nothing and Stunna. Gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back behind the table. How does it feel to be back behind the broadcast booth?
Well, it's been a long time for me. Jordan, not so much. You know, he does this pretty regularly, I would say. But overall, yeah, exciting.
Trace actually flew here straight from Australia just to be with us. So
really?
I'm honored.
Are you close?
Are you jet lagged?
Absolutely. I couldn't really tell you where I am, to be honest, but I do see a lot of...
Or what time it is.
Yeah, the sun's up. I know that much, where we are at least. But yeah, I flew to Australia, back to Alabama, and now I'm sitting here next to Jordan.
And we've done this before together at the...
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you been sitting next to you? I know you've done it independently. Have you done it together?
Well, we've definitely shared hotel rooms and whatnot.
Oh,
like we go pretty.
You know, there's a lot of tension behind. I could sense it between you from the moment you walked in. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
It's fast. Anyways, take it.
All right, now let's take a look at the competitors and their teams. This year's teams will remain consistent throughout the whole tournament, which will change up how these players strategize from game to game. Take a look, gentlemen. Look here. Look at our teams. Team Ludwig, Team Nadeshot, Team Tense, Team Double Lift. What do you think?
I think this one, you know, it's kind of a shoe-in some regards, someone might even say, but I'm sure we'll get into some sort of predictions here in just a little bit. My thing is, I look around, and I am seeing some Counter-Strike potential here. You called me an expert. That was kind of like your first mess up. So.
Oh, you're not an expert.
Well, I mean.
Well, anybody's an expert sitting next to me. So. You at least could fake it.
I'm actually looking forward to your predictions.
Oh no, I've got a lot of great predictions. I've been studying.
Yeah.
All right, here's how Counter-Strike 2 week is going to go down. All right, competitors have been split into 4 teams based on a draft. Our round robin will feature MR16 matches between each of the 4 teams. The top 2 teams from the qualifying rounds compete in an MR24 match to determine the winner. The bottom 2 teams from the qualifying rounds compete in a MR24 match to determine the 3rd place finisher. Points will be awarded based on 2 factors: team placement and individual KDA, kills, deaths, assists ranking. This is how points will be awarded to teams each week. First place will get 15 points. Second, 10 points. Third place, 5 points. And fourth place, 0 points. At the end of the 4 weeks, the team that accumulates the most points will take the crown and first place prizing. And similar to previous years of the Annihilator Cup, we're also awarding individuals who perform the best for their team. Following this unified scoring system, players will earn points based on KDA. So if you leave today with the highest KDA, you'll be adding 25 points to your total score. Gentlemen, let's talk weekly MVP.
All right.
Who do you think is going to walk away being the MVP of this week?
Oh, I mean, it's a rough one. Jordan, what do you think, man?
So, listen, you look at the list of players here, and I feel like only one name really sits at the top. And that's Summit Molotoving himself back at
1,000%.
But right after that one is Tens in my mind. And Tens is my my expert pick. I mean, he's probably one of the best TAC FPS aimers, at least, that North America has produced across, CS, Valorant. He can basically play most shooters. So we're coming back to Counter-Strike. Tens is my pick for that one. If you want me to elaborate, I can, but I don't think I need to.
Yeah, you don't need to elaborate, man. That's not necessary.
Labrador.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, well,
right?
I
periodic table of the elements?
Yes. Look, I'm thinking in terms of an MVP for this week. Tins he does have the aim. He does have the raw mechanical skill and the ability, therefore, to kind of take a game, perhaps even into his own. But that's for time to tell.
Look, guys, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree.
I'm gonna hold my breath for this one.
I'm gonna go bold on this pick. All right, it's gonna be it's a sleeper pick. I'm going with Squeaks as my MVP of the week.
Does he even play Counter-Strike?
Look, I don't know, but what I do know is the bar is low. Okay, the bar is low for him, so I feel like if he can just clear a very low bar, maybe he takes home the MVP.
Just
it's like a relative to expected performance.
Yes, right, which isn't how an MVP works, but anything could happen.
We draw our own lines in life. Sometimes.
Roll the dice. Nobody's ever said this is Squeak's first time ever being predicted as an MVP. I'm very proud of it. We'll find out if we're right at the end of today's competition when we announce the true weekly MVP. And every week, AT&T will donate $10,000 to the weekly MVP's charity of choice, connecting competitors and communities with shared values and causes. There's a lot to play for. Okay, gentlemen, let's talk team performance. Who do you think will have the best team performance today?
I mean, we were kind of talking about this back in the green room here, and I'm sticking with Tens, but I am a little bit more on the fence about the team performance versus his individual performance here. Right. That's what's interesting about the AT&T Annihilator Cup is you have these different games, these different backgrounds of all the different talent in the field. So you have Tens. Jake and Bake is someone I actually helped train for, I think it was an Annihilator Cup number 2 with CS. So he has some background in it. He knows how to approach the general idea of a lot of the maps you play. That being said, Summit's team with Double Lift, Landmark with his, they're gonna have good comms over there with their kind of their competitive gaming background. So that's a team I'm kind of on the fence about. I'm going with Team Tens just to keep myself consistent here. That's gonna be my vote, but I'm not feeling 100% confident.
Tens across the board.
Well,
the MVP on the team.
Yeah.
Well, for him with the team, I have to disagree here a little bit, but also agree. Starchly with what you're saying about the team Double Lift, about what they've got going on in terms of pedigree. Can they put all the puzzle pieces together? My pick is Team Double Lift can do.
Okay. I mean, two amazing talents, professional esports players.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, you guys, but I'm talking about your teams.
Yeah. The gamer. Oh, okay.
The teams that you chose. Now, I'm going to make a bold prediction again. May shock you. All right? Team Ludwig. I think Team Ludwig's going to pull it together. Look, the bar, again, very low. It would be, I think, a shock to everybody. But I think sometimes even the worst of players can get really lucky. So that's why I'm throwing
it's
out
a team game.
bold prediction. They've got a lot of heart and chemistry. We learned that when he drafted the players, and I feel like that's going to carry them to victory.
And if anything, heart and soul, Jordan. If anything.
Something.
Heart and soul, and sometimes that's all you need, right? Let's just conclude our expert pick segment with this disclaimer. These predictions are not guaranteed. But you know what is guaranteed? Connectivity you depend on, service you want, deals you deserve, or they'll make it right. That's the AT&T guarantee. We're about to get started with our round-robin gameplay. Our first matchup will be Team Tens versus Team Double Lift. If you want to watch the other matchup, feel free to hop to any competitor streams to capture all the action. Gentlemen, I'm going to leave it to you. Take it well. Actually, I'm not. I thought I was going to leave it to you.
You thought,
but I'm not going to leave it to you because the game's not ready yet.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What do you think we could expect?
There's a sleeper on the board too. Scup with his competitive Call of Duty background.
Which is why I go the Team Double Lift.
How does the guy with with mouse and keyboard in his hands? Is it familiar, or does it feel kind of like a violin for a clarinet player?
Okay, I love your analogy there. For some reason, shape, or form, it actually makes great sense. So I think when it comes to attack-based, perhaps shooters like these, I think they can probably figure it out. If I had to guess, you want to tell me that these guys probably ain't tried Counter-Strike in the minimum?
Sorry, I was thinking about that carnitas burrito we just had.
Yes, there was a burrito.
No, they've definitely. There's guys. We're in California here, so Southern California Mexican food is overwhelming. I think I don't know who's played Counter-Strike here. That's the hard
you knew
thing.
everybody that played Counter-Strike.
The thing is I think everyone's dabbled. Counter-Strike's been around so long, it's like saying you've never played Monopoly, right? Like, you've played Monopoly at least once or twice.
Yes. And I've played Counter-Strike. So if I'm...
let's talk about it then.
Yeah, sure.
What's your background?
Let's talk about it.
What's my gaming background?
Yeah,
okay, all right, let's talk about it. I used to play Call of Duty. All right, I grew up playing Call of Duty. I was actually really good in high school.
Like the best on your block, kind of good, or like
in the honor roll, or what kind of?
No. I used to rattle off like 36-4 in these multiplayer lobbies. Like I remember that was one of my best KDRs that I came out of a game with. And other than that, though, it was a lot of Madden and actually RuneScape was my big game.
Respectable. RuneScape is like
not competitive games.
I think like some people like they got their start in money laundering from RuneScape.
Right. Well, no, you learn a lot. You learn how to type. You learn about the market. You learn about so many things. It taught me so many things.
To me, it's also like getting active with the mouse and keyboard. You know, kind of preparing yourself to be proficient with what a computer is.
Yes.
That's how I actually describe my 4-year-old learning how to mouse and keyboard. He's playing against bots. I'm going to kind of be assessing today how he would fare against the competition. I'm kind of like,
Is he showing some level like of the skill that you have? Do you think he's a competitive gamer?
He's not. I mean, he just cares. He just likes running around levels, and like, so I don't actually let him play multiplayer.
He's not there yet, but lock him in.
We're semi-locked in. I'm worried about.
That's your meal ticket right there. Come on, that's your.
True.
Right?
We're working calisthenics first.
Okay.
I'm keeping him. Speaking of Call of Duty, I'm keeping him out of the potential Call of Duty lobbies that we all knew back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping him focused, pure, aim training, mechanic work.
That it's like toxic maybe in those lobbies?
No, but that's the real world. Put your 4-year-old in the Call of Duty.
Yeah. Not everything.
Well, that'll learn them quick.
Yeah, that'll teach
them. Learn them quick.
Well, yeah, and not everything's as clean as fast as AT&T's fiber. Not everything is as
nice.
He's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we just we're playing it one day at a time, one frag at a time, and we'll see where he's at by the 12th AT&T Annihilator Cup.
Okay, now I actually go way back in esports, back to like the Halo 2 esports days. Okay, which I really enjoyed. It was actually my dream.
Do you remember the Ogre Twins?
Yes, I used to watch their compilations because I was like, I wanted to be them.
Aren't they from? Well, this might sound like a just off the cuff crazy thing to say, but aren't they from your wife's hometown?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I just want to make sure I prefaced everything.
They know each other really well. If you're just tuning in, they know each other.
Actually, we're about to deep dive into. There is. There's a back. But anyways, I think the game is ready.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yes, I'm gonna. You guys take it away.
Oh, us?
Yeah, you guys take it away. They're gonna cast. Enjoy.
Yeah.
How do you do this, Chase? You got play-by-play?
No, we're just going to kind of wing this one. Yeah, I think you doing play-by-play is probably what the crowd wants. I mean, honestly, we'll just tell them flat out right now. We probably will be reading some of your chat messages in the Twitch chat actively. Yeah. Jordan is on top of that, or at least wants to pretend he is. And nonetheless, here we go into the game.
Double lift. Are you doing a knife round or is this pistol?
It looked like.
Looks like a knife round per side. You know, the interesting thing about Counter-Strike, one thing I'm known for is...
You're known for?
One thing I'm known for is, like, reading plays right and, like, doing the countdowns on YouTube. And I say, hey, this is what this guy's going to do. In these kind of scenarios, when you're playing with people with so many different skill types, it's really hard to know what anyone's going to do because the game sense is different. And so someone like Tens, if you're one of the better players here, or Summit, on those two guys, they kind of need to sit back. If they play too aggressive...
Those are the guys you want in the late rounds.
You want them to know where the enemy is so they can have easy kills. You don't want them to be hunting out information, right?
But also you want them alive late rounds because then they can kind of close that, seal that deal, if you will.
Is Flom in here?
I don't know, Flom. Eric, you here? Where you at, pal? We are going live, it would appear.
Eric. Honestly, Eric, I'm building a home gym. The other day I was thinking about you. I was like, maybe you should fly out to San Diego. We could deadlift together, check our form, maybe hang out.
Like, check each other's form out?
Check each other's form, like in a mirror or, clothes. Wait.
Well, I mean, you can do it however.
Gym clothes. Listen,
gym clothes.
Focus up here. Pistol Round is live. Sakuno peppering a little HE down banana early.
Oh, my.
First mistake made, chat. You can't. double die on the B rush. If one guy's gonna go for the fight, I don't hate it.
You can never double die, Jordan. That's the thing.
You just need somebody to kick back. Now Double Lift is pushing so far into CT spawn that I'm afraid this might be
Jordan, I don't want
indicative of the rest of the game.
Honestly, you probably just call the whole map now.
See, 10's baiting is a good thing, but 10's in a 1v5 every round is not how they're going to get anywhere.
Like, as a Team Double Lift fan like myself, like, I just want to call out now that I did call this, Jordan. This is your pick, so hold that. 10's does, and we do see the first round going well in the favor of Team Double Lift. Barely anyone taking any damage. It looks like high fives, digital high fives all around.
Listen, there's a lot of RNG in pistol rounds, so we're not going to raid home too fast.
Jordan, what do you think about the idea of, now I'm not saying I like the idea right out of the gate, but what do you think about the idea of removing pistol rounds from said game? Kind of ruins Counter-Strike. Kind of can't do that, right? Economy based, like what would you do to supplement? That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, you could shift up the rest of the match economy, but if everyone's just buying the whole time, some would argue that's fun. But the thing about a pistol round in general that is cool is it's just a completely different style of play that I feel like makes more depth to the whole game, right? Because pistol rounds, you can move and shoot a little differently. Like right there on the B rush, like if they rushed and the second guy had a rifle, he could potentially multi-frag. But with a pistol, yes, you could. If you hit the headshot right away, the second kill might fall into your lap. But it's just, point being, there's a whole different kind of form. And it does sometimes feel a little random. So when people say that idea, chat, what do you guys think? Like, removing pistol rounds, it just seems too...
Seems a little unnecessary, right?
Yeah, too big of a change.
Yeah, I think so as well. Plus, you know, if there's one round I feel most confident in excelling in, it's the pistol round. You know, and if you get 3 in the pistol...
You get that momentum early.
Yeah,
you get 3 in the pistol, 2 ecos, you feel like you've done something that half, but really you've just fluffed. And by round 8, you have 6 kills, and you still feel like you've helped.
Man, a guy did my part, man, I swear. Speaking of doing their part, Double Lift continues to tear them apart over on Team 10's. Hold that, Jordan, nothing Gilbert.
Honestly, I'm just going to close my eyes until I hear 10's one around.
Okay, well, it might be a while considering there's only 2 of us in here speaking. That's enough from us, I suppose.
Do you guys ever, like, what if we could just have Discord, like, chiming into the broadcast? I feel like that could go horribly wrong.
Like a
but it also
call-in.
could be, yeah, but it could be fun.
I've thought about it. You know, I've had some time in front of the camera over the years, and I've thought about that idea of live call-ins. But then I've seen like C-SPAN, and I've seen how that goes with live call-ins at C-SPAN. And quite honestly,
if they bought last round,
we gotta listen in. Let's check it out.
You want to do smoke left, wrap through like boiler?
I want to smoke right and go left.
Okay.
Close banana weak. That's probably a stack.
Someone flash right?
I don't have flash.
I'm behind you, Skunk.
Yeah, one's banana, I
Let's
ran
just
back.
walk up. Let's contact. Let's contact. Let's go.
Wanna push
Pushing.
him?
Oh, banana.
Let's be
Go
close,
the other way.
right?
Go to B.
Yep, close, dead, gotcha.
Oh, nice.
Go to B. Go to B. Go to B.
Yeah, they said go to B, 10 got 2 kills from library. Get out.
Site. So there's
Abort.
only one B. That's the only one. The other one's going to be CT spawn to your right. Does anyone have a smoke?
This is still going to be a hard round for the CTs to win.
Smoke that, yeah.
They
Yes,
did
sir.
opt for another save round
10's is going to be CT
So
spawn.
the first real round coming up is basically this now is the gun round. So this is where I'm hoping for just like even if Team 10's loses this round, like just show me something.
Just do something.
Like somebody flash for somebody, and then the other person peek with said flash.
You heard the comms over here on Team Double Lift. You know, it seems
So
like
they were
they have a little wit about them.
well-rounded,
They're
yeah.
approaching things rationally. That's how you win games, lo and behold.
Yeah, Scump and Low were taking B control while they were wrapping up Arch. My pick is not sounding confident right now.
Here we go. Those rifles are out. The weaponry is out. And Scump, the first to fall to 10's op. Coming out round 4 now. And again, rules here a little bit different. Jordan, you know the rules. So go ahead and the max rounds. And
Yeah, this one is going to be, so it's like, I think it's first to 8. Because, yeah. Or first to 9 rather. It's best of 16, max round 16, right? So best of 16 means first to 9. I have, was homeschooled, so,
yeah, not to degrade anyone else that's been home.
Actually, my math is pretty strong through algebra, so basic arithmetic I'm good with. That carnitas burritos though is sitting heavy right now. It is a 3v2. This is a good showing now from Team 10's. The other team didn't get the bomb down. We just need to close out this retake here, and it looks like we should be able to. Oh no, never mind. They let somebody live. Oh, Gingy's got the follow recoil.
God, I hate the crosshair so much. No. But you did it. So hold that, Jordan.
Is there a kit? Yes, there is a kit, I believe. Yeah, she got it. Gingy with a solid play. The follow recoil command is like it's like you know when you have like the weather map and you see a storm coming in.
That's fine.
Seeing someone follow recoil, I feel like the bad weather's just slowly coming over.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the Florida.
Like my prediction was sunny skies, and then someone has follow recoil command. I'm feeling.
Immediately sad or what?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little
It is rough to watch. It's rough on the eyes, no joke. It's not something I use personally. I can't say that it's for me, but if it is for you, good for you, I suppose. Double lift.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of aggression towards
This might be one of the
side.
better CS teams in the competition than the team double lift, because for this week at least.
Well, look, man, I saw who was on the team, and I just knew it was a lock-in right out of the gate.
Oh, look at this. Another entry kill here.
Oh, Summit now. A little rusty. It's still a lock-in, though. I mean, look at this 4-on-1.
Yeah, Gingy. This is going to be a little tougher clutch than last time.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
okay.
That's what it looks like when you get a headshot with that crosshair.
So Summit's done his best job to simply just keep his gun out. I think that's like really his MO in every match now is just don't throw a Molotov ever again.
Keep that for another day.
Ask him what lineups he knows. He has smoke lineups and flash lineups.
Well, especially when that train match, and that was on land too, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was in.
That was on train in Austin. He won. I think he killed the last guy. Like it was a 2v1. Someone died. He killed the last guy. He started cheering as he's running a bomb train, and then it all went south from there.
As it does, but here we go. CT's attempting to do something. That being Team 10's trying to find some way to maybe harness the control of Banana. But Summit and company have other plans, it would appear.
Hey, can you hear me better now?
No, actually. Let me try.
Good. Well, we'll see if that works good. Another eco round here, so these ones are kind of a snooze fest usually, but Jake and Bakes trying to bring a little Szechuan spice into this. I'm pretty sure he spent a lot of time there in China live streaming. So
in Szechuan.
Szechuan province of China, known for their hot pot.
Yeah, I'm not a huge hot pot kind of guy, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, but really.
You like spicy mayo though, so like where does the spice level end? Like what is your apex point that tips?
Oh boy. Well, I like to think in things in terms of like, perhaps Buffalo Wild Wings heat. Maybe that's a scale we can
like
all.
Original hot? Is that like your peak or how far?
No, I would say like I go with like a spicy garlic is pretty good. I'd say it's kind of unnecessary high. I like to be able to taste the food. Plus, if there's ranch in the building, it's pretty much over, man. Like I hate to say it, the two of those have brought so much happiness to my life. Still at this point, at my young age of 25 plus 10, like I still really get down with the buffalo sauce. That's about my hot.
And some Franks.
Nah, it's more like just hot sauce, isn't it? But yeah, so I'd say there's plenty of options there, Jordy. Just like for Team Double Lift, looks like they're going to qualify for the major with this match, right?
Yeah, this brings me back to the match at hand. Buffalo Wild Wings has
go on then.
Not much variety, just like our CT side here so far.
What do you mean? Is this a non-starter from Team 10?
That's a good name from Sakuna, but so watch what's happening here, how they're sticking together. In a lot of games, sticking together is good, but in a game like Counter-Strike, so you see how Saikano got that kill? He doesn't need...
Oh.
Gingy just needs to live here, because look at on the map. Okay, they do have a rotator, actually, so that's good. Who's that? Tens is already there, but now look at...
Double lift.
Worst case scenario is you rotate, and your team falls apart at that bomb site.
Well, just then that Arch player falling down meant that the site was completely vulnerable, which, lo and behold, Team Double Lift will look to capitalize on that as he grabs frag after frag. Sitting on 11 currently. If I do look over on the opposite side here, Gingy.
Oh, and they keep leaving Gingy for the clutch.
Yeah, had her work cut out for her. Life of B rotator, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know that that's entirely true.
I kind of randomly hear Summit talk in there, and do we have production? Can we? Yeah, let's get a listen in. There you go.
Oh, it's in my hands. Yeah, even better.
What's in your hands,
Jared? In my hands.
Okay, tell us more about that, bud.
So, look at that stash he's rocking in that picture.
Low love tap, man.
Yeah, we gotta make it harder. Y'all want cross, right?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Things are in his hands. Make it harder. Love tap.
I
That's a lot. He peeked it.
One more banana.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna flash over spawn.
Not clear.
I'm smoking CT.
Yep. I'm gonna smoke back all. Fuck it, just do a ghetto style.
Tuck left, I think.
Yeah, tuck left. Gotta be.
See anybody?
No, ran.
Get in there. He's gonna be back all. He might push through smoke on the plant. Plant that, Smappy. Or Landmark. Plant Landmark. Landmark,
I
plant.
have the bomb. I have the bomb.
Got it at the bomb.
Graveyard.
Yep.
Nice. Low.
First
Yep.
kill.
Banana.
Burning graveyard.
Watch this peek. He's about to give him.
We're buddied up here. Close, banana, 1 CT.
I lag
Nice
him.
try, nice try.
Nice, I got an assist on the scum.
Just absolutely carrying.
Yeah, and we let you guys listen into that one at home. Obviously, you know the high tier sort of comms we're getting out of that one. Jordan, what would you say as the coach of a team who just won the first massive amount of rounds, then lost the very last round of the half, and now have to look forward to a pistol? What would you say to them as their coach?
You know, there's a little bit of imbalance here in our rifle and our power here.
Like our equilibrium, perhaps?
Our equilibrium. So let's just stick together and just try to trade out kills and not put 10s in a 1v, anything more than a 1v2. You know, if we can get 10s in the 1v2s, he'll win those. But if we're putting him in 1v4s. So it's already starting second half, though, so not a lot of time to adjust your strategy in this kind of format.
Ooh.
Early
That
Goosh.
Summit. Goosh down to 38.
There's 2 T spawn mid.
They haven't even gotten off T ramp. Jordan, what does that lead you to believe is 3 push down banana?
You know, I think that 10s just wanted to see if they're going to push. This
entirely-
format, he knows the other team's confident. I think he just wanted to kind of evaluate the setup first. Big nade by him.
They're hitting. You got this, Scum. I believe you. Headshot.
Scum.
Yeah, the best player. One's water. In water. He's jumping up to your
For
grave.
just a second.
Yeah. I'll let bomb just go by. It's 3. They have 3. They're not planning. I'm wondering what's flanking.
Big kill. Huge kill. For another.
No, I'm whiffing that heady. One's
Summit.
pushing you back all, flanking you right now.
Looks like Kuno's just holding
still.
W.
Oh my god. You gotta squeeze the trigger. Just squeeze the trigger. 1-on-1. Kelly and Landmark. Couple shots from that USP, ringing out low HP on Kaylee. And with the time ticking, just 20 seconds left on the clock. Try to get the plant in there. As it stands, it's not really destined at this point probably for a T-sided win here in this round, but certainly we'll find out. 10 seconds now remaining.
He's got that Tarkov patience.
And there's the plant. So they hear that. Landmark goes to peek out, looks for the planter, finds the frag, didn't get
locked in.
Plant. What happened there exactly, Jordan? You've seen a lot of Counter-Strike.
Not much feels better than a crisp pistol round headshot.
It does feel great.
It's like it's what I compare like a golf. Like you make good contact with a golf ball. People who don't play sports, I'm like, or who don't play Counter-Strike, I say, hey, have you ever played golf? You hit that smooth 7-iron straight up the middle. That's a Desert Eagle right there. That's what a Deagle feels like. So, in that case, a USP. To be honest,
the sweet spot, right?
We needed that pistol on Team 10s. I think we actually have the scores wrong right now.
Yeah, the scores are a little backwards up there, and I'm not going to say that perhaps that probably should be switched. I don't want any.
I was excited. I was like,
sketching
wait a second, my prediction's looking better by the half.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how your prediction got much better. But anyway, double lift, left to his devices, cough inside, does have the FAMAS, can't find the spray, and gets deagled down. Deagled down, as they say.
10s again put in a position to basically kill everybody. This is a tough one, as they all pretty much know where he's at.
Oh boy, 10s, you gotta breathe, brother.
Good news is, I don't think anyone has a Molotov.
Oh my goodness.
Second oranges, or first orange, I mean.
There we go. Sometimes you gotta squeeze the trigger. But not that time, it'll be the next time. That's 8 on the trot, 2 for Team 10s, and It's not really ideal. I know Jordan's shaking his head in here, but we're going to listen in with Summit real quick if Jordan can be quiet.
So we win one more, we win?
Anybody? M4? Yeah, anyone?
We win one more, we win. I'm pretty sure, brother.
I love that.
Easy
You don't have to work too hard
peasy.
for
I'm
this.
here in the backpack.
It's the 10?
I think
Not
it's
the
the
9.
9.
What? It's the 9? When did we switch at the half?
7?
It was 6-2. 6-2.
Wait.
Yes, for match point, huh?
Yeah, this should be match point.
I can flash over this if you want to chat.
Look, there's that call.
I'm flashing. Oh, that is not a good flash.
Two
Sorry.
dinks mid. Two dinks mid.
I'm mid. That 10's down.
They're here.
Nice. Good
Double
job.
lift.
Let's go.
How about that, Jordan?
Okay.
Tell
Well,
me about them score lines.
Yeah.
Go, guys.
Massive.
Inferno was a call. Look at
I
that.
love that.
Inferno was it, dude.
Yeah, man.
not sure the map mattered.
Holy.
Wait, best
not
of
sure
3 or
the
best of
map
1?
Gary.
All
How
right.
this is going.
Things
I'm
are
not sure.
really heating up, gentlemen. Talk me through your impressions of round 1.
Well, I just heard him talking about Inferno being the right choice. I'm not sure any map would have made that big of a difference right there. You could tell Team Double Lift just looked a little bit crisper, a little bit more teamwork, a little more cohesive, a little more well-rounded, whereas obviously Tenz's team is relying on him, and they needed to be just good enough to put him into some decent situations, and they basically just put him in. He had to be a one-man army.
And he can't do it himself.
Can't do it himself.
True. A lot of unfortunate clutch situations they couldn't really capitalize on either. You're left in like a 1v4 at the end of the round. It's not really designed or destined for you to win in the first place. So, yeah, some really unfortunate strokes of luck over there. I'm sure Team 10s will bounce back as Jordan would like, but maybe not.
I mean, they're gonna have to pick it up, and it can't just be all on him. Let's take a look back at some of the biggest moments we've seen so far.
Yeah, so Jordan,
right there, that's that B control, Trace.
that B control, yeah. And you think sometimes about that B control. Can you sort of break that down Barney style for the viewers at home that perhaps don't really watch a lot of Counter-Strike? Let me ask you if you can do that for us.
Yeah, so Counter-Strike is offense versus defense. So when you're holding a bomb site, that's the objective, right? Is either plant the bomb or eliminate the enemy team. When you're trying to lock down one of these bomb sites, you got to try to play in a way to where if you're both going to fight, your team is ready to rotate and be to that bomb site in a good timing. Because if the team just double kills you by the car, they could flood in, and it's always about just having like a balanced. You want at least a 50-50 chance at duels, but the more ground that any team has on each other, the more it becomes 60-40, 70-30, because they have to now run into your crosshair while you're, someone running through this door right now. We have the advantage, right? So if I'm paintballing, you come in, Trace, and I'm trying to paint,
Yeah, no, I get
stop
it.
the analogy there.
All right, let's take a look at the individual
I love you,
points.
man. You're all right. Good people.
Oh, we.
God, man, come on, man.
Austin, listen.
I thought there was something that you knew that I didn't know.
Hot or not, Trace?
What? Is that website online anymore? Or like, what year is it?
Wait, wasn't that Facebook's initial offering, Mark Zuckerberg?
I thought it was called Hot or Not.
Yeah,
And I hope that's not like a website.
What's your favorite dating account?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't use those. Steam, I guess.
Yeah, I'm married, so my favorite dating app is texting my wife saying, "What are we eating for dinner tonight?"
What changes?
Actually, I'm the cook.
What changes do you think Team 10s has to make to?
Probably full fire sale. Probably just start it from scratch.
Completely.
Maybe the org disbands. Like, what do you think?
There's no chance.
Ted's obviously looking on point. The rest of the squad, we need to play in a way that just gets him a little closer to not. Like I said, he needs to be in these situations where he gets 2 kills and it wins in the round. Not he gets 2 kills and that's the only 2 kills that happen.
That's the only 2 things that happen are populated.
So,
there has to be motion across it, like a fluid motion.
Yeah.
And you could hear it in the difference in the team comms even when we got to listen in. There was just simply more of a team element to what it sounded like on Team Double Lift. It's like they logged in, they lived on 3, they were ready to play.
Did Team 10, did it just seem like they just didn't practice enough, or they just don't have the chemistry from the jump?
Well, Jordan, you've been scrimming with them pretty consistently for the better part of like the past 6 months in preparation, right? So
what we can do is we can bring it back to the drawing board. The burritos we talked about earlier. When you have a good burrito here, say you're getting carnitas with lettuce and a salsa, you don't want 60% lettuce, 30%, rice, 20% carnitas. You want 60, 40, maybe 20. We're going 120%. It's a girthy burrito here. Team 10's was like 90-10. Team Double Lift was 50, 30, 20. It was a balance. It was like an investment portfolio.
Some would say that the French fries are, in fact, what creates the girth in the burrito.
Of a California burrito, and they need to be crispy. They were undercooked in this case, and the cheese
that's not good.
Cheese wasn't melted. Our tortilla was cold.
Look, I think we're getting a score from the other round. Looks like Ludwig is Nate Shots ahead of Team Ludwig 9-6.
How's Squeaks doing?
Yeah, how is Squeaks doing? Can we get how's Squeaks performing in that game? They're going to take a look. I imagine he's at the top of the leaderboard right now, right? They're tabulating scores right now.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Now, how many people are on that tabulation team? If I had to guess, like that's like a full handful of people.
Can we get a B cam for tabulation team?
Yeah, we need like a sort of an overview Big Brother cam of the tabulators, if you will. Can we call them the tabulators?
Is the game? How far is the game? Is the game almost over? Oh, it is over. Okay. Well, look, my prediction of Team Ludwig winning. There's 22-9.
Whoa, sorry.
Now,
Bud.
he went
Hit the button, man? What are you doing? Amateur hour.
Squeaks
My God.
He's been giving me so much crap for coughing into the mic.
Well, it's not even the coughing thing. You want to know what it sounds like? I'd feel terrible if I did this, but if I just rip this headphones off right now, right? Right? You want to try it? You guys want to see?
Nothing. That was fine.
Yeah, of course I didn't do it when I did it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Actually,
Everything's fine.
in my professional career, I've never done anything like, here, let's just try to mess with the audio department live on air. That's a little...
Did your headset get messed up at all when you had to throw that guy back into the audience?
No, I didn't have an audience. Or I didn't have I didn't have an audience. I didn't have a headset either. I had in-ears.
Oh.
I'm going to hit my button more.
No, it's cool,
ready?
Man. There you go.
How about that?
It is called a...
cough button?
Huh? Yep. No, but I think in terms of tabulators, I want to give them a shout out too, since we're
big shout out to the
tabloids,
tabulators,
if you will, the Lloyd that works in the tabs.
They took a break from figuring out what the individual points are to tabulate Squeaks' 22-9. Now, how do you think? Like, do you think that's pretty good, right? That's MVP.
I'm thinking
22.
22 might be the amount of damage he did, and 9.
ADR 22, 9 assists. I mean, it could be.
Did he dominate that hard? If he did,
I'll just tell you right now, Squeaks. If you
I might be in my words.
I was unfamiliar with your game, so no matter what your score line was, if it was good or bad, I just wasn't familiar with your game.
Oh, I thought that was a compliment. Like
it is kind of like in a backhanded kind of compliment way.
All right. Let's take a look at the individual points scores right now. Oh.
Okay then. Look at the KDA.
Okay, huh? Look at that. Ludwig in first place.
Huh. Now, I would say that someone's missing off that list, oddly enough, but I don't want to be the guy to point it all out.
No, be the guy.
Where's Double Lift?
Let's be the guy.
Where's Double Lift?
Yeah.
I don't know. We trust our tabulators.
I
do
too.
Full confidence in our tabulators.
Okay. So what are they telling you in your head?
Nobody's saying a word to me. In my head.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no idea. What do you think? Does anything shock you on that list?
I need to see the list again, maybe.
Yeah, can we get the list back?
Kind of happened too fast.
Oh, they're tabulating.
Tabulating.
You may have been correct. Somebody was missing.
I could see the Rain Man gif, with like all the numbers.
Is it Rain Man? There's also it was a Homeland where she's got all the symbols all the symbols of different equations and stuff flying around.
But hey, Ludwig.
Yeah, he was.
You think you're telling me that's wrong?
If I honestly don't even know how. Like, what are we calculating?
I am curious.
Individual points.
What do the tabulators tabulate when they're tabbing?
This is a Willy Wonka chocolates we're eating here.
Yes, Jordan. Speaking of chocolate, tell me about. I guess you've played a lot alongside some of these guys, right? What are you laughing about, man? I'm saying you've played alongside of some of these guys, right?
No.
None of them ever. Not even one time. Not like in real time, guy. Like you're not practicing.
Yeah, me and Summit did grow up near each other.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious because is your age known?
My age?
We're the same age. Okay, you Is the
Google it.
Does the younger generations of esports players like what's the difference between the generations? Like in terms of skill, is there any difference? Is there any type of play? Like, is there a new type of play that?
I will say, from a Counter-Strike perspective in particular, when you were coming up in Counter-Strike to get good when I was playing, you would think of it like any sport. You just go play the sport, or maybe you throw a bunch of basketball in your driveway, and maybe you have a couple drills for movement before you shoot. In Counter-Strike, it was kind of similar. You would just do a couple different game modes and practice reps. Well, nowadays there are, and I heard we have points, so I'll wrap this up. There are training tools and things now to practice isolated movements and things for mechanics in Counter-Strike. So that is one of the differences. There's more communities around specific aim training or movement training in the games nowadays. So that is one of the differences. The young guns just kind of have more, I guess, like isolated training tools.
Okay, interesting. I believe we have our points ready. Let's take a look.
Tabulator said.
Oh, dang it! I thought. Okay. Originally, I suppose, I guess. Hey, but Squeaks, huh?
He is above both of our picks right now, Trace.
Right. That's actually not true.
I don't know if we should leave now
That's actually
or finish the
not
show.
true. My whole team's up there, bud.
Yeah. But the individual, these are the individual
Fine.
points,
Tens.
right? So
That's fine.
I just let it be known.
Listen, we're not done yet, though, right?
That's true. There's a lot.
No, of course not.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
So here's page 2.
Yep.
There's Ludwig. We had to put him on page 2.
Yep.
So, okay.
Haley in last place. Let's see, Ludwig, Emily.
And this is just the Counter-Strike week. As a reminder,
Right, of
remind
course.
folks of the format here. These individual points and the team points, this is all part of a greater
Yes.
picture here that goes
Yes.
together. So this is the
this
beauty
is
of the Annihilator Cup.
Round 1, week 1. There's a lot of game left to be played.
Get off me, man.
A lot of game left to be played. So obviously this is just a snapshot of what happened in the last games. There's still a ton of things that could happen, and they'll probably end up going more towards your direction. But I'd like to say it looks pretty good for me right now.
I would like to ask both of you a question, the same question even, and we'll start with Jordan.
Okay.
What is something that you would fix in Counter-Strike 2 at its current state
Oh my
and
goodness.
meta from an esports perspective, looking
wow.
from a top down, and like envision everything that's going on within the sphere of the game, and then how you would make it better. And then you're next.
Oh, are you kidding me? I already got an answer.
Hold on, then. He's thinking. I see the symbols flying around. No pressure, bud. The internet is forever, though.
Yeah, honestly, I've talked about a lot of gameplay-specific things recently on stream, but one thing I don't think we talked about enough is just the overall optimization still is pretty tough. Like, I feel like the game, and when you're playing online, you have to have, like, a supercomputer for CS2 to feel anywhere as good as CSGO felt. So I don't know. Obviously, we like the improved graphics. We like the improved fidelity across the board. If we could somehow make the game simply run a little bit better, it might help just greater audience be able to play at a higher level.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Nice, man. That was good. Thank you. You did dodge a bullet there.
Thank you. I believe we have the group standings ready. Looks like in first place is Team Nade Shot, followed by Team Double Lift in second, and third, Team Ludwig, and fourth, Team Tens. What a shocker.
And just to kind of point out here, Jordan did say that Team Tens would be the unequivocal champions. Like
he did.
Easily
Match one,
walking
guys.
through here
Match one.
on the money train, running out with it.
Yep.
That's Jordan Gilbert, promise.
Next matchups we have, right? We have now it's going to be Nade Shot versus Tens, I think, right?
I believe so. I believe so.
Yep. So Nade Shot's team, like Nade Shot plays a lot of Valorant. I know that for sure. I don't know how the rest of his team's looking, but they did take down Ludwig and his squad of Tyler 1. So this will be interesting to find out if Tens and them simply, did they just play the best team in Double Lift squad first, or are they themselves?
Well, let's just imagine you get off
playing
to a
left
slow
field?
start, right? Let's just, theory that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Then you get the
Okay.
chance now to go knock some points off of Mr. Nade Shot and his squad.
Yep.
Which ultimately all kind of comes back into the big picture plan that's already orchestrated here. Up Team Double Lift walking away with this whole thing like I predicted.
We'll have to see. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you have a chance to win cool prizes all tournament long. At the end of tonight, 5 of you will win a gaming monitor, and at the end of the tournament, 1 lucky winner will take home the grand prize PC. Scan the QR code or head to AT&T AnnihilatorCup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. The next round, gentlemen, is going to be Nade Shot versus Tens. We just talked a little bit about how we think that could play out.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Trace, go for it. I mean, I share my thoughts. I'm curious to see. I don't know what's expected of Team Nade Shot yet.
I really, would like to see what they're doing over there on Team Nade Shot. Not just because, like, we're in their house or whatever, but basically, I do want to see what they're working with over there. I saw Hutch was kind of up there in terms of the statistics, and sort of our tabulation, if we'll call it that.
Now, you coached Jake and Bake, but in a different game, right?
No, it was for Counter-Strike.
Oh, it was for Counter-Strike, really?
RuneScape first.
Oh, yeah.
For Counter-Strike, Jacob Bake, he has some decent fundamentals. Now, when you're playing against players who just have more experience, like he just played against Summit, depending on the squad, Scump and them, their comms are good. Counter-Strike's a game where if you have just decent chemistry across the board, you'll take out someone who's slightly better than you. Now, Tens, who's way better than you, maybe he could win some of those scenarios. But, like, Summit versus some of these other people, he's way better than them. Even though he was never technically, like, a seasoned pro, he played close to that level at one point.
Yeah, to play on LAN in Austin at that time isn't, like you had to qualify for that, right? There's a whole process of trying to qualify and get into those positions. So, he's definitely been around the scene within Counter-Strike, been there for a long time, immortalized himself in more way than one. He's like one of the original CS streamers, right? He's been around for a hot minute. No pun intended because of the 1G thing. But
so what's your prediction?
Well, that's a great question you've asked me, Jordan, because usually in my normal day job, we'll call it, I never have to give predictions. Like, that's the best part about doing what you're doing.
No, they made me give predictions. Oh. I mean, not for the games, but before you heard my predictions, and maybe it's maybe they shouldn't have given me that privilege. But
maybe we'll never know. That's the thing, because look, this isn't live yet, and there's no record of you having actually said those things.
No, it's live.
So, this is live.
This is live. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you not think this was live the whole time?
I thought we've been rehearsing the whole time.
No. This isn't VOD. This is live on Twitch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're live. They can hear everything that you're saying. Every mistake you make, it's live. Do you usually do live stuff? You got to do live stuff all the time.
First time caller, long time listener. Personally, Jordan, I don't really have a prediction. Now, to get back to your point, as you so eloquently asked me,
is it controversial to give a prediction? Come on, you can give a prediction.
I'm just thinking about it. Can we run up a graphic of sorts? Probably the one with the current standings as they are. I think not to throw production under the bus. It is.
We don't have that ready. We need a prediction.
They're busy removing your name from the broadcast.
Oh, it's ready.
Okay, Jordan, thank you so much for that. Now, yes, your CS2 individual points. This kind of, to me, does paint a little bit more of the picture as to who we're seeing to put in that heavy, hard work in the server. Now, Jordan, I know that's a pretty long distance for you to try to read, but if you want to try to read live on air, it's kind of like math in real time. Go for it.
I only saw Tens on that from my team pick, so that's what I'm not looking too optimistic about.
All right, gentlemen.
That's something, man.
It's time for round 2. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
It is. We want to welcome back to the AT&T Annihilator Cup. And we are jumping into Dust 2, it would appear. Thank you very much to our esteemed host, Mr. Austin. And Jordan Gilbert on the mic, blessing your earlobes this afternoon. So, Jordan.
My voice is, I might need some hot tea or coffee soon. I get raspy and raspier. I feel like I have, my voice as I keep going, I have zero bass. I have to.
You've never had bass in your voice.
I've never had.
What are you talking about?
I was just trying to lie to myself. So let me.
Okay, fair.
Listen, guys, here, this is Jordan Nothing Gilbert speaking.
Hey guys, it's Jordan here.
Because if I go too deep, it just starts to sound like I'm 6 years old trying to be my favorite superhero.
Dude, totally, we got a pistol round on our hands, dude. Here we go. How about that? I'm going to cut that one
Gingy.
out right
She was
away.
a big player for Team 10's last map.
Well, she was left in a lot of those, situations, the tougher ones, where in which you're like 1v3, 1v4, 1v5 at the end of the round. It's not really ideal.
No, but Team 10's just have 3 towards the B bomb site, which is a good start. Jake and Bake getting a kill here, which we love to see. Putting a little bit more damage out there.
Jake and Bake is an Annihilator Cup champion.
He's an Annihilator champ. That's because he's well-rounded, but means you have to show up at each game, which he hasn't been able to do so far. But this is a better start for Team 10 so far here, and they're going to go for the clean sweep with 0 deaths, and that's the start I wanted to see on map 2. Let's get hyped, Trace.
Yeah, now, again, that was your pick. I have absolutely no reason to set hype. But I will say that...
You down to making me some coffee then right now?
You want me to go make you a coffee?
Hey, you grab one?
Yeah, man, actually, I'll do that. No problem, dude.
Latte, yeah, milk.
Yeah, it's okay. I got you, Jordan. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Trace is currently putting on an apron. So if you guys are just tuning in, we just watched Team 10's versus Team Double Lift. Team Double Lift featuring Summit, Landmark. That team just kind of breezed through Team 10's, which is my pick for the day, purely because I'm putting all my eggs in one 10's basket. Was a little bit of a rough start for Team 10's here, but now we're up 2-0 on map 2, and Team Nadeshot is looking to get their first round here on the buy round. Trace. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, hey, man, I got you. Yeah, I just got you your drink. So, yeah, this is pretty much kind of more along the lines of what the plan was for Team 10's. It's a pretty cool little graphic right there. Also, Team Double Lift really representing top-heavy in terms of what the KDA leaderboard is. And a potential for a spray down here from Mr. Jake and Bake. He does
survive.
He does do what you should do in that situation and run away.
Yeah, I would have loved to see a little support flash. 10's here throwing a nice defensive smoke that gives you a little bit of a one-way, and if the teams aren't ready, they're going to run straight into that angle. Ooh, almost gets the double here. And now with this new jump-up boxes, Jake could actually maybe climb up. He just has to be careful being, he needs to make sure he hits the crouch button. Ooh, nice shot on Hutch.
See, and
he's not aware, though. He's got a cap flank coming in here.
Ooh.
And Octane going for the what we call stat kills here.
Well, you say stat kills. I say I'll see it fight a little later because that's exactly what he's going to do. 1v1 Gingy and Octane. How will this unfold? Already 3 kills there for the side of Octane, and he's definitely not getting the 4th. Gingy coming out on top 3-0 for Team 10's.
She's locking it down on the gun round, Trace.
Yeah, and you really can't ask for much more than that. You find yourself in those precarious situations. There were a lot of them in that first map with Gingy. She was left there to her own devices. And then now, you probably feel a bit of a reward, sigh of relief. You get to pull one off like that. So AWP out for 10's. And for the T's, just kind of trying to figure out where exactly Catwalk is, it would appear. So we get that going, and a little bit of presence there to poke and prod it long. However, it's Kaylee laying all the way from that site, so no one's there to quickly grab onto it. Op in middle with 10 spots. The player can't find the shot. And ultimately, the fight on Catwalk doesn't go the way of Team 8.
And then Nadeshot lasers 10's with the sniper middle.
Oh, my goodness. That was not it.
No. We talked about this last map, Trace, where sometimes simply grouping up right there is all that's needed. As you see, Team Nadeshot literally did nothing special. They walked up Catwalk here.
And don't spill this, Jordan. That would be terrible if that happened. Nice, man.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Trace tried to take credit for making coffee, but
I was just saying you're welcome. I was being a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, voiceless. Not so much that. Nadeshot with a point up on the board.
Yeah, that was not the round you expect them to get it on either. When they basically, I think they had a force buy there with like maybe, I don't know, a couple AKs, Deagles. Now they're going for the B rush here, which I actually kind of like the call. I'm assuming B rush at least. Are they going to walk? No, this is a start. Full rush. Do the CTs have any Molotovs or anything to throw at them? Nope, but there's 2 members here.
Taparoo. Hold that, Octane says 10s, and just like that with the little rounds, it's the big guns.
And that was a broken buy.
I said that all backwards, my bad.
Say it again. Try go one more time.
I said the little rounds, it's the broken guns. Or with the, it should be like with the little guns, it's the big round.
Yeah, correct.
Well, it's kind of
Contrasting,
late now.
trying to contrast words to the inverse.
No, but again, thank you. Yes, we will move swiftly
Welcome
past
here.
whatever it is.
AT&T Annihilator Cup.
Annihilated so far.
Well, yeah. So both those rounds right there were kind of botched buys, turning into round wins for each person. Now the even guns rounds, turn nade shots into an animal here. Is it's a 5v4 already for the T's here. And again, I like the call here from Team Nade Shot. It's simple. Group up, long A. Have you ever heard the saying running up long A with an AK? It doesn't really matter what way you want to play.
Yeah. Where does that come from again? Just in case
It's a
anyone
song,
happens to have Shazam open on their phone. Nice, dude. Really well done. You know, you yelled at the host because he wasn't pressing his cough button, and you're just throwing.
I'm just trying to read chat. I'm trying to talk to the people here.
You're trying to read. You should have stopped with that. Anyway,
Twitch, talk to me, guys. How are you guys enjoying? Can everyone put a heart in chat for AT&T and the free prizes that they've provided for you? Was it 5? Is it monitors today? Plus
I think so. Week 1 has its own sort of thing going on. Each week has something unique.
Nothing
That's not
to
even
read.
meant to be a poet.
Nice. Thanks, Tool. Appreciate you. Love you.
Gingy coming out on top again. Jordan sleeping here. What I'm saying is that Gingy is in the game. You're sleeping on the game, man.
I'm not sleeping on anything except Gingy has follow recoil, and I think I might switch.
Is that some sort of hack? It kind of sounds like it when you say it
better
that
using
way.
mouse 2 to move forward, I think.
Yeah, well, you know who does that? Mezzy.
You do, don't you? No, what do you do?
That's one of your old. You're getting me confused with one of your old teammates,
Rambo?
Storm.
No, you use something weird.
No, I just happen to have a mouse button bound to move forward in the off chance I'm doing something else with my other hand. Is that eating a sandwich? Is it checking to see what the score is? Who knows?
10's here with a big lower tunnel flank. Takes down one more. Pepper in a couple shots at him, and he throws the HE.
Ooh.
Hutch not going to feel much for that, but Gingy with the follow recoil.
Lineup.
I thought Gingy was going to get 2 more here. 3 versus 3 situation. Jacob Bake ready to put pressure.
She didn't get any of it as a TK. A happy accident. Yeah, it was a TK. It was a
I give her credit.
Side TK. Yeah, I would absolutely.
6 points for Gryffindor here as the retakes coming in hot. Jacob Bake looking to get another Porsche. Trainwreck, are you watching?
Yeah, can I have a Porsche? Sounds kind of cool.
Trainwreck actually gave me a sapphire.
Like a knife?
Yeah,
like
M9.
Like a diamond or something.
Like the knife.
Oh, cool. Man, you got cool friends, man. My friends give me a headache.
Yeah, we need the roots here, like with the drum set.
Oh, the roots? Yeah. Yeah, something of the sort. Let me welcome you back to that AT&T Annihilator Cup. Jordan said it. I'm going to reiterate it. I personally love it when you're in the chat dropping hearts for AT&T. That's just me personally. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. You can also watch along with what's going on right here because as it stands, Team 10s is having their way with Team Nade Shot on Dust 2. Things are not looking so hot to trot.
Hey, Austin.
Austin, welcome back. You're fine. Jordan decided to throw his phone, and Team
what?
10s is winning, so we're good to go, I guess.
Oh, my mic is hot. Hey, guys, how are you? Well, look at this.
Yeah, we're in a...
Wow.
Team 10s is showing up a little here, Austin.
Say again?
My team, 10s.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, no, this is how we thought it would happen, right?
Well, you know, 4 teams, different strengths, different weaknesses, different maps to play.
That's right. And maybe they had a bad game before, right?
Or Team Double Lift is the superior team, and all other teams are just simply not as good. And now that is also a reality we might have to face at some point this evening. I want you guys to recognize that.
You know what?
Kind of honor that even, perhaps, if you have to.
I mean, I'm still holding out for Team Ludwig and Squeaks.
Well, hopefully not holding on for Team Nade Shot here, because as it looks,
it's a blowout.
AWP 1v3 is getting a back shot there on the Jake and Bake, and well, I guess he's going to get a couple more shots out at the same time towards that CT spawn. Just 15 seconds left on the clock. And as it stands, not having that BOMB does create a problem. There's no time now. Nadeshot, oblivious to the timer on the top of the screen. That's fine. We're going to see another round go here to Team 10s and pushing us ever so much closer to that coveted round. Jordan, what number is it supposed to be?
9.
No, this is an English-speaking broadcast, not German. Please. 9 rounds. Okay, yeah. Okay, got you. Thanks, man.
Nice.
Didn't know you spoke German, Jordan.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Oh, yeah. That's all I know.
Jawohl, auf geht's.
Yeah. Wait, do you cast in German too?
No, I have a little German heritage, and that's about where it ends.
We all do. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on, you're not the only one.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, back into the game swiftly, away from whatever Jordan was thinking about not saying there. Who knows? We'll never know. But luckily, as you can tell, this game is pretty one-sided as is. Some would say the bun is in the oven, the chair is against the wall.
So you've been in these lopsided games before. What are you just kicking back, and if you're on either end, you just kicking back?
Well, you do what they're doing right now. Look at their team actually locking it down on the pistol round here. Only one person dropping down from.
Do you coach them just play through the entire game? Like play through regardless of how far ahead you are, like don't screw up?
Oh yeah, I mean you got to play one round at a time.
Especially in scrimmages, right? You got to play those out.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just troll.
You don't want to get sloppy.
You want to practice how you play. Play how you practice. Whatever the expression.
This is actually dangerous here. Tens does only have partial health, but he has basically the best aim.
Well, in a CS pistol round, it will only get you so far.
Lovely shot by Octane. Good job for Emily Wang there to stay alive, not overcommit to the fight. And Team 10s only needs 2 rounds to close it out here, so Team Nadeshot has to be on their best behavior here on the CT side.
Yeah, not a whole lot to lean back on there, is it? Nadeshot, though, trying to make a stance and a statement towards long A. Finds one, and they're going to try to drive him down. He does kind of hit that box. Makes me a little nervous just watching this POV. But fear not, that player at car will dump what utility they have as the CTs also gain complete control of T-Spawn. That being Hutch finding his way all the way around the map. He is going to be getting a big multi-frag here. We should watch Hutch. There he is. Bada boom, bada bing. Nice. All the frags that you can look for finally having response. And who could have said they saw that one coming, Jordan?
Yeah, nice play, but for him to push, and they're making this a bit of a match here. 4-round deficit now, and Team 10s doesn't have the greatest economy.
Gesundheit.
Danke.
Bitte.
Dankeschön.
7-3.
You know more.
Yeah, bitteschön.
Like the shins of a donkey. Donka shins.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yield
donkey shins.
Automat. Fräulein Weihnachten. I know quite a few.
Aggressive play here as Octane's going to push up middle. Ready to get in on the action. I love the confidence here, especially when you're down. You don't want to start playing too passive here. Ooh, 10 saying one's enough.
Who was it that used to take the timeouts without actually taking the timeouts? Like their eco rounds, they would just kind of...
Fnatic, right?
Was it Fnatic? Or I thought it was the Frenchies.
Oh, they might have done it. They would do it. No,
like
so, yeah.
Existence, maybe?
Kerrigan would do it after they won a round, just to
yeah.
the other team.
Oh, I love that. You know, that's a different perspective. I'm saying, like, without even calling a timeout, you've just gotten your Glocks and you're kicking the soccer ball and respawn.
Yeah.
Talking about the next round.
Yeah.
Be like that. Speaking of which, 4v3, Team Nadeshot looking to make that recovery as Nadeshot put one up on the board. And now, what are you going to do on Team 10s? You are on the cusp of locking this one in, but it's not going to be this round. If I had to guess, it would take all but an absolute miracle to make this one go their way, I think. Spotting out that player at lower, follow crosshair, deceiving per usual, a lot of damage inflicted, but not enough. And so the return fire, we'll see Genji as the casualty. Kaylee, 1v4, Glock in hand, top middle. Not a whole lot of shot in the world here to be had. Does, in fact, get a goosh off onto Emily.
Nice shot from Kaylee.
There are two very hurt nade shot players, but they are certainly hunting. She's able to take down one before she goes.
Headshotted 2 different people mid-door there. I think Nate shot and Emily, right? I don't know. Those were nice little Glock shots. It never hurts the econ. Those rounds to get some money here. Now Tens and Co with stable AKs across the board here. Except Gingy hasn't bought yet. Shotgun. XM. Trace, tell me about it. What's your thoughts?
Usually I only buy like the Nova in game. And that's because I Nova miss.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm done. I'm out. I'll see myself out. Thanks for having me. No, I like the XM. It does, especially if you're playing like Inner Nuke on top of the hut. It's a very menacing sound to hold against the rush. But either way, Octane fighting on from the window. What is it? 3-on-3. B-bomb site will be that point of contention. Bomb planted from Gingy. So now the objective will be played. Octane has gone all the way in. Gingy never saw it coming, but the response is swift from Tens. And now a 2v1. Emily Wang just trying to find her way through the door, and Tens slides out with the AK. That's going to be another one in the way of Team Tens. That brings them up to 8-4. Jordan down on the sidelines with a report.
This is match point now, 4-round deficit. Team Tens gave a little bit of hope to Team Nadeshot their last couple rounds. But, you know, it might have been that XM buy from Gingy, but Team Tens looking to close this one out now. Pass to you, Trace.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jordan. That's what we were looking for back up here at the studio, of course, with the AT&T Annihilator Cup. We now have a very pivotal position, very pivotal round here for Team Tens. They can either lock this one in or walk us swiftly into overtime undubitably.
Is that a word?
It is now.
It's like a combination of words.
It's a culmination of words, Jordan.
Yeah.
You bring all the words you have into one big word together.
Yeah, if you say it confident enough, people will believe it.
Yeah.
There's somebody Googling it right now furiously.
Like water under the fridge.
Another, I just want to bring attention to Octane is like headhunting on the CT side push here twice. And so far, this is the kryptonite of the gun rounds for Team Tens here.
Yeah, no joke.
2 big rounds now. Well, the other one might have been an eco, but it's still, no one's holding that upper B push. We need a little bit of a default here on Team Tens, Trace.
Well, I have to say I do expect Octane to continue to do that until someone stops him. So, I mean, that's what you would do. That's what anybody would do in that situation. Sometimes you just got to run it up.
Ones and zeros thing?
Yeah, ones and zeros and like binary code and all that stuff, the matrix, whatever. You know, it's kind of like all that. It's what goes around is all around, Mr. Leahy type material. You know, water under the fridge.
Matthew McConaughey say that?
No, rocket appliances, bro. Sunnyvale Trailer Court. The Trailer Park Boys. Anyway, I digress.
Mr. Leahy, is that what?
This guy, Mr. Leahy, rest in peace.
Oh, man.
Jim Dunsworth.
Oh, listen. Jake and Bake here. Big frag. Octane staying aggressive, lower B, but Tens and squad here looking to close us out on a kind of a botched little half buy here. Tens is an M4, and Katamina in an uncomfortable 1 versus 4 situation here. She's got a lot on her plate here, and
I think she can do it.
I don't think there's a shot on earth that's going to save this round for Team Nadeshot. Now, I'm going to throw that one out there. I'm going to be the guy, the antagonist, the one that says there's no way whatsoever, so that when if and it does happen, maybe it can.
It's an unpopular pick, I tell you. It's an unpopular take, I should say.
I'm going to go with 3-2. Didn't quite get all the way there, but Team Tens 9-5 over Team Nadeshot, and that's what the history books are going to say. That's what the score lines are going to reflect. If you look at that little guy dancing there, Jordan, what do you think about that little guy dancing right there?
I mean, he can work on it and from the hips a little bit. He's kind of got to get one of these going.
No.
You come in here, do one of these.
What year did that come out, the Flash thing? Flashbang.
Honestly, I don't even know what year it is, so it's hard to
Like
say.
right now? 2025 right now.
What was that, the first time I did it on stage or what?
I guess when they first introduced the Flashbang.
2015?
What are you talking about?
I made a song.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
Y'all are in your own world.
Like, that's
what are you talking about?
Hey,
it was
hey, you guys. Hey.
Look, it was a round that wasn't super exciting. What are your general thoughts?
I'm happy my my team pick for the MVP and or my player pick for the MVP and the team pick got a win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't get skunked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm already looking bad enough up here on some of these decisions I've made, so I'm just hoping something goes right for me.
And that was before the Annihilator.
That might have been biased commentary,
So,
by the way. I'm sorry for the biased commentary. I just
No,
we have
it's okay.
predictions here, and I have contractual obligation to those. And
contractual obligations. Well, let me tell you about being inside of the box. Because right now, when I think about all the statistics that we have and everything that our tabulators have put together for us in the background, it's coming together quite nice for Team Doublelift right now. But I have to say, Team 10's really needed that. Team Nate Shot, unfortunately, bit of a non-starter there. Yeah, there were some rounds they kind of squeaked away with, but ultimately we kind of all knew where that one was going to end up.
Right.
And I just have to say, at no point did I feel like Team Nate Shot was at any point, at any stretch of time,
in that game,
even remotely close to thinking about approaching the idea of controlling that game and controlling the momentum of that game.
I mean,
not even close.
I don't think it was as bad, actually, as Team 10's on the first map. No offense to my pick. Because Doublelift, that squad is still looking the best. So we got some highlights of here.
Yeah, we do. Yes, yes. I would just wanted to be respectful. You guys, the commentary you're giving is fabulous. We've got some highlights here from the last match.
Perhaps there's listen-ins with him as well. I mean,
oh, here's Jake and Bake.
10's here's the one way I was talking about, and he almost lined up 2 there. Ooh, and this is a big hold. This was almost, is this the TK we get? No, Gingy just locking it down. Multiple big rounds from her. Look at this, that was a clutch, and I think she had another clutch, a different round too. I mean, we could maybe, production, get up a 1 versus 1 tally of Gingy. I feel like she's won like 4 in 2
or
games.
at least like just how many she's been in, right?
Yeah.
Like how many to your own devices have you been left in? Wasn't this one either. But yeah, so I guess business as usual.
Yeah.
Look, I know Nate Shot.
10's freaking out. You know Nate Shot?
Yeah, I know Nate Shot. Nate Shot's a competitor. I imagine he's not too happy about this.
No.
I mean, it's an absolute travesty for the brand, you know, overall, anything for Nate Shot, like for everybody. I think, yeah, this goes without saying. You're going to look back on this footage. You're not going to be happy about this. There will be some house to be cleaned for these sort of things, and that's the nature of the beast. All right, Austin, you know, we come here and we really try to tell you how it is.
Wait, is there any 100T, any other talent from 100T playing in this, aside from Nate Shot?
That's a great question you asked.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't know the whole roster, because that would be funny, right? It's like you beat the boss, and then all of a sudden your paycheck.
I don't think so.
All of a sudden you're...
well.
I think Nate is the only 100 Thieves talent.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got footage of the other match, and we're gonna jump in live.
Hold that.
Tyler's face.
Stole that from me.
Oh.
Nice. Last one, Agent. Finish him off.
Doublelift is locked in.
Yeah, and I knew that going in.
I have your jungle line, Mark. I have your back.
Yeah. Watch him. Valve. Do we have bomb?
They're locked in, bro. Great pick on Team Doublelift.
I know. Just thanks. I love it when you scratch my back.
You could have bomb.
Just whisper when you talk to your listener, please.
Oh, my bad.
He has no fucking clue you're here, bro. He has no idea,
bro.
Whoa. Okay.
At this point, oh, no, come on. Wait, back-to-back 9-2?
Back to back. The goats. 80% headshot percentage. My goodness, Scump.
Oh, yeah, I'm only tapping.
All right. All right.
I'm only dying when there's 3 on my
Looks
screen.
like he's Doublelift is locked in.
Trace.
I just heard some voices. I didn't know if it was you like usual. Yes, sir?
Locked in. That's your guy right there.
Yeah, you know what
How's
can
he
I say?
looking?
If it comes to singing praises for Doublelift, that's what we're going to do here, Jordan, or at least what I'm going to do. You know, you went the 10s route. For me, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Doublelift's looking good. I give him credit. Credit where credit's due, you know? That's what you got to do in these situations around the desk. I can only be so biased until the results.
Of course. I mean, you got to take some pride, though.
And what, Jordan? What do you take pride in? That's a
well,
great
that last
question.
Dust 2 win from Team 10s there, 180 ADR on 10s. Do you know how much ADR Doublelifts have? Are you paying attention to your team?
If
as
they
a
pull up
GM?
that graphic, I will know exactly how much ADR Doublelift has.
We have 6 1v1s. Our guys are tabulating, and not only are they tabulating, but they're basically just going to repeat what I just said because I've been paying attention to my team here as the GM of 10's headquarters.
Yeah, okay. I like where you're going with this. All right, go on.
Huh? Oh, talking to me?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how does it feel to be a GM of such an established Counter-Strike team such as
Yeah. This is our first day, actually.
Okay. It's like the first hour, perhaps, even.
We're looking for funding, actually.
Okay.
Interested, so.
Straight out of the gate. Straight into funding. You know what? We practice this stuff, but funding seems to be the building blocks of most
raise.
practices.
We're doing a reverse order. A lot of people look for results before.
Wow, Jordan, and with that sort of business approach, we can't go wrong.
Nope.
Over to you in the studio, Austin.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Look, I am just only interested right now in Team Ludwig and Squeaks and his performance. How did Squeaks do?
Still tabulating, bud.
They're still tabulating?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say
They had it so quick last time.
What are you saying, that the production's slacking and you hate all of them? Is that what you just said out loud, dude?
Not at all. No, I didn't say that at all. I was complimenting how quick and efficient they were to get me Squeaks' score.
I'm sensing more bias here, and I don't appreciate it.
No. It's 100% bias. I like Squeaks. I want him to do well. I want him to take the next step in his career.
Now, when it comes to predictions and forecasting, do you normally predict and pick based off of the person that you like more versus statistically saying, like, okay, double lift is running
like facts versus fiction.
Like, because in facts versus fiction, like,
I know we've got the individual points on the screen, but I'm admitting it. I go for more fiction. Looks like double lift is in first place. Oh, my Summit 10 scum Squeaks. Squeaks, but he's holding his own. You got to give it to him.
And when does FaZe play? Somebody in Twitch chat has guaranteed I asked that already. It's just for no real reason, just kind of a shot across the bow.
But hold on, give it to me. Come on, look where he's at. 5th. Come on.
It's not bad. 10's obviously supposed to be up there with Summit.
5th's not bad. I mean,
double lift
it's
is
not first,
impressing
but
me. He's putting up numbers.
All right, let's take a look at the group standings here. Team Double Lift in first place, followed by Team 10s in second, and third, Nade Shot, fourth, Ludwig. Things are starting to shake out a little bit.
Yep, shake and bake. That's what they're calling them in second place.
They're starting to shake out. They're starting to turn into what you guys predicted. I'm starting to see that.
I mean,
I've never gotten a prediction wrong, Jordan. I'll just throw that out there. I've never even once tried it. I never even thought about trying getting a prediction wrong.
Is this your first public prediction?
That ain't no prediction, bud. That's the way it's going to be.
What? Well, yeah, it's a prediction.
That's the way it's going to be.
Gatorade sucks.
Well, that's what you're. Yeah.
Water. High quality H2O.
That's the way it's going to be.
That's the way it's going to be.
Ludwig versus 10 next. I heard someone shouted it from the rooftop. Someone said,
I didn't hear
that guy
anything.
way over there.
Production.
No,
what if production was on the roof this whole time? They're like, we're in New York.
No, I mean, I'd love to see Ludwig versus 10 sit up there. All right, I think we're
talking about round 3.
Yes, we are.
Hold this.
All right, we've got our round 3 matchup between Team Ludwig and Team 10s. How do you guys see this playing out?
Right. Well, now, so we do have the classic battle that everyone's been asking for. It's people have been bringing it up all week, and that battle is 10s versus Squeaks. Now, when I say all week, it's like when you drop your brand new phone that you just got coverage from AT&T on, you drop it on the ground. It's an unfortunate reality for the start that Team 10's had in this tournament so far, but by golly, I think they're going to have to battle back here, and that last map's going to prove it. Jordan, I saw some ferocity.
Tenacity.
Yeah, I saw something from them in that last match that made me think that they might have a bit of life in them. But Squeaks there, on the other hand, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping for Team 10s to get a second win here. I mean, I just haven't seen enough out of Ludwig except them from the highlights a little bit. Tyler won. Like, we saw one clip of him, and he just looked like, I didn't even know if he was playing. Like, he was near T-Ramp just staring, and he was dead.
He did just walk right into that.
So it might actually be 4v5 for that team here, and that'll bode well for the squad.
You guys aren't making me look very good over here.
I thought that was your own job.
To make myself look good? I mean, I thought I was with my prediction, but, you're
well, then who said you
railing on my team.
No, they get railed by themselves even.
See, I think you're being unfair.
think you're being unfair. Squeaks is in 5th place. You're not giving him enough credit.
Look, if we talked about all the 5th place winners of every event over the course of time, no one would be listening because no one would care.
Yeah, but he's notable.
No one cares when
he's
it's not
notable. He's notable. Yeah, okay. If you're first, you're last.
Ricky, Bob.
All right.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, you have a chance to win cool prizes all tournament long. At the end of tonight, 5 of you will win a gaming monitor, and at the end of the tournament, 1 lucky winner will take home the grand prize PC. Scan the QR code or head to AT&T AnnihilatorCup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. What would you guys do with that PC?
Plug it in.
Brand new PC? Plug it in?
I mean, dude, what is better than, like, what games do you play? Let me ask you that.
Great question.
Plays Call of Duty.
Yeah, I do.
Call of Duty, what else?
Call of Duty.
RuneScape.
RuneScape, yeah. Flight Simulator.
Are you actually?
DCS or
Yeah, I play Flight Simulator, yeah.
Is it still updated? Like, they still keep it pretty up to date?
There's brand new ones all the time.
DCS or Microsoft?
Microsoft. Yeah. No, no, I actually play. I really believe it. I can fly a 737.
Now
Like,
that.
like some emergency situation?
Yeah, no. I've taken myself to the simulator, the ones that the pilots train in, and I've landed. I've taken it through all phases of flight. I have engine failures, double engine failures. I can handle it.
What's the esports scene like in that game?
Esport, very competitive. Very competitive.
It's like you can fly to Schiphol the fastest, or what?
No, it's not about getting there the fastest. It's about getting there safely. Who can get there the safest? You know, you could have competitive. Hear me out. You could have competitive flight simming. Okay. The way you do it is you would rank people based on their feet per minute when they touch down. So the lowest feet per minute, the smoothest landing on the runway, gets the highest score. That'd be the way that you could do it. That's the only way you could do it. Because getting there the fastest, all the jets are the same speed anyway.
Do they change, like, weight in the simulator and everything? Like,
yeah, you can change
load?
weight, weather. Everything is like live weather.
It's cool too because
Change
they'll have
the weight,
real-time
passenger.
traffic, right?
Yep.
So that you can have a mode where you can see that the flights that are actually going on right now, all of that stuff.
You can actually fly in professional servers where people are playing as air traffic controllers.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can
That's neat. So the question was about the computer that you can win.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, for me, I always think of the games I play the most and then performing better, right? Because when you play a game, especially like Flight Sim, has amazing graphics. I don't know the minimum specs requirements, but
the minimum spec requirements get you very little in the game.
yeah, because I feel like that's where these games nowadays. I mean, what was it back in the day that everyone used to benchmark with? Crisis, you remember that?
Yeah, the engine.
Yeah, what engine was it?
Far Cry.
Was that Far Cry, Unreal? I don't
Crisis
know.
was its own, I thought.
Maybe
Regardless,
its own
obviously
engine.
we don't make.
But when you have a new computer, you want to test those sweet new games at that buttery high FPS. So that's all I'm thinking about as a Counter-Strike player. FPS refresh rate.
But sometimes you get a new computer, you plug it in, it's got all the right specs, and you turn it up on max on the game that you love, and then something doesn't work, and it just doesn't perform the way that you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's
what we
kind of
love
what
about PC gaming. You know, just when things don't work perfectly, and we just love it.
But it kind of again, in my mind, goes into that proficiency of using a PC, right? Like eventually, if your game isn't working, you're going to want to figure out how to A, fix it, and B, stop it from ever happening again. And then by the time you've figured out how to hack into the registry and turn off whatever, from the old school mentality of going to IRC, if you will, and going through the more technical aspects of a computer, there's something to be taken from that. Now, if I get that computer, I don't know. Maybe I'll go like geocache it.
How do they win it, Austin?
You got to scan the QR code or head to AT&T Annihilatorcup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. I memorized that off the dome.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah, no, I haven't. All right, while we wait for the next match, here's a video about how the tournament works.
Welcome back to the AT&T Annihilator Cup, connecting you to 20 of your favorite streamers as they battle for glory across 4 epic games. Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, Street Fighter 6, and new this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Get ready for a whole new way to play. To honor 5 years of the tournament, this year's AT&T Annihilator Cup will feature a new 5v5 teams format, where strategy meets skill like never before. This year, team performance is just as important as individual performance. It's not just about the squad, it's about every player stepping up. With $100,000 for teams and another $100,000 up for grabs for individuals, there's a lot on the line. And to raise the stakes, AT&T is teaming up with all winners to donate a total of $50,000 to charity. Yeah! To debut the new teams format, 4 top-tier captains connected their teams to compete together in the AT&T Annihilator Cup. Our captains participated in a draft where they selected players one by one. In the end, 4 teams were assembled to compete for the glory with all players connected like never before. Curious how it'll work? Here's how. Every week, players participate in a new game, earning points towards both an individual and team score. Team scores will be made up of the combined score from each of the team members. Every game counts, so they'll have to consistently perform at their best if they want to take home a piece of the grand prize. The team that accumulates the most points overall will win the team competition, while the individual with the highest score across all 4 games will be crowned our AT&T Annihilator Cup champion. We have an incredible talent lineup, connecting you to some of the most prominent names in streaming and content creation.
I'll fight everybody.
Will teamwork reign supreme, or will one player's epic performance steal the show? It's time to find out. The first 4 Thursdays of May, brought to you by AT&T.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys do to stay warm? You know, as competitors or former competitors, what do you do? What do you do? How do you stay tapped in? Yeah, in game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the situation, sometimes you can stay warm, but actually just playing, like between the games. If you can't do that, just try to stay active, not eat too carb heavy of a meal, and go to sleep.
What you eat is important.
Yeah.
I pay attention to it a little. I did eat a big burrito before this. I might have.
Might have been while you were yawning and doing jumping jacks there for a second. Yeah.
As I understand it, like some of all these competitive esports teams will have like dietitians and things.
Oh, it's well advanced now. Beyond dietitians, lifestyle coaching almost. There's just so many more avenues, so many more options, bells and whistles to a Counter-Strike team in the professional day.
How much of it is right up here? Mental.
Depends. I mean, you can either go from having a player, getting them ready to go on stage, or, I mean, everybody's got their things to jump over. So, how about round 3?
Looks like round 3 is ready. Let's go to Ludwig versus Tens.
And over to Jordan for the pistol round.
I think they're rushing B, but this is, in fact, a knife round. I don't know if Tyler 1 called this strat, or if I'm just throwing shade for no reason, but
it does sound a little bit like the latter there. I do have to say
they
that's
are
fine.
Currently doing it around the world. I'm trying to figure out
what exactly is happening.
What's happening?
Have actually never seen this. Oh, now they are going to have this confrontation. It is going to happen. They've got them trapped in the long doors now. Would you believe it? Well, a minute on the clock. We'll see how it pans out. Nobody really wanting to serve up the sashimi just yet.
We'll chat back up, see what everyone's up to.
So I'm sure everyone's just being nice to each other and not spamming any numbers or anything crazy in the chat, because that's not what they would ever do in there. I like to think the chatters are real, like, well-rounded, kind of like Squeaks.
Look at that smile.
It's a listening. Shut up.
Oh, they're pushing. They're pushing.
Yeah, they think one of our kill that one person.
We could jump him. Yeah.
Jump him. Push him. Push him. Go. Close. Push him. Kill him.
Let's fuck him up. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
4v1. Stop running, pussy. If time runs out, we win, right?
Yeah, because we have more alive.
No one saw that miss. Doesn't
we don't
count.
lose that shit. We don't lose that. Why would we?
Competition. We'd be
Glorping. Is this live? I guess this is.
They'll have to restart because he has an AK.
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, good observation. No, it's we've got some weaponry out there on the board. There we go.
There you go. Money situation there was
a little messed up.
What dreams are made of.
You know, Jordan, why don't you welcome him back? Where are we?
We're currently at the AT&T Annihilator Cup. Me and Trace are here at the 100 Thieves compound in Los Angeles, California. Here, all these lovely competitors are spread out online, connected to the internet via their AT&T fiber flawless connections.
Flawless.
We are currently playing Team 10s versus Team Ludwig here, as the V rush is happening. And this is the same setup kind of as last map, Trace.
Yeah, it kind of is. Tin's trying to chime in through that door. He's going to find all the success necessary, just like his team. 5 alive. They walk away from that pistol round. He's got 3 in the bag, and they're going to see that M4 come out immediately. So perhaps Ludwig and co. have a response here early on, but we're just going to have to wait and see.
Another 3B setup here. Even they did it on pistol round, but this is. I wonder if this is just 10 saying, "Hey, let me play in the middle of the map. You two play A, you two play B. I'll just rotate around." Couple quick kills here. Ludwig not finding much. Ludwig and squad rather, as they don't really have the guns for the range, Trace.
Yeah. Not a whole lot you can do with this round. Of course, the 2 MAC-10s that you do have currently on Squeaks and Amiru, not really designed to win this one. So with a minute on the clock, we'll see this one just kind of fizzle out and go the way of Team 10s again. That's what happens when you secure that first round so smoothly. And there you have it. Just as the doctor ordered, Mr. Gilbs.
Yeah, this is going to be the true test here for Team Ludwig here, as I think they should have money to buy something more, but they kind of did a little botched buy right there. And on a map like Dust 2, if you're going to do wonky buys, you're going to need to group up. And so I want to see Team Ludwig here do something a little bit more cohesive and kind of explosive here. So I like to start to the mid control here, Trace.
They are playing 2 towards B, 1 mid, and then 2 on that A side. Pretty standardized set of numbers there. Standardized spread, if you will. But that attention should be focused on Catwalk. Right now, Kaylee is about to get the brunt of it. Grenade comes chiming in from Jake and Bake. Trying to get a little bit of intel, but definitely did do just that. Grenade coming out. He drops a flash, albeit all of the T's are blind. Jake and Bake can't capitalize on it. Kaylee left her own device in the sight, locks in 1 on Ludwig. The rest of them wait in tow. Can she grab a couple more? No, it's 10Z there to help build the case. Meanwhile, a trade brings us back. Even numbers, even keel, 3v3. Squeak's doing what he can. Great performance in that last map. And gets mowed down from the back from lower, albeit Agent 00, Tyler 1 left here to themselves. And I say that with bated breath. 1v3. Fighting off Catwalk, goes for the lower fight, can't secure it. We see another one go the way of Team 10s. And Jordan, I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking, well, that just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, when you're playing a map like Dust 2, they didn't have the best buy, like I said. Now look at, they're buying again. So that was a confusing couple rounds of buying from Team Ludwig there. They just need to make a decision. They went up Catwalk there, and it seemed like they kind of like half hit the bomb site. So they just need to try to commit a little bit better together. So they're right now all leaning towards B, Trace, and this is fine and all, but again, like, Squeaks is running off by himself lower. Okay, here's the rest of the team coming. Something together right here, quick out mid. Sure, they are running into the brick wall if they got the mid door right here. That is 10. Yeah, so, like, again, they're not really doing themselves any favors by simply just kind of walking 1 by 1.
Yeah, this isn't the type of game, regardless of what level that you play it at, where in which the LMS one-man band sort of situation, you know, plays out in your dividend. Obviously, Tyler 1 had to get a cheeky one in there.
Yeah, cheeky indeed. What kind of tea was that?
It wasn't Lipton's.
Not Lipton.
And I can guarantee you it looked a little bit more perhaps of the Earl Grey variety.
Chicken rather than Lipton, huh?
I have no idea. I drink sweet tea, dude. Honestly, it's like on ice.
Alabama, I got it.
Very bad for all things considered.
Now they're running in the B-bomb site.
Yeah, into the B-bomb site we go. Gingy says, you know what? Caster, stop talk. I end the round now. I end it here. 4 quick rounds here for Team 10s.
So this is like the 4th buy in a row, kind of like another. So we got the P90 buys. I think Tyler won. Just like they just said, listen, like I'm gonna hold W and hold the trigger. Let's see if they do something fast here. And I guarantee you, if Team Ludwig does something fast together, it'll probably be the most decent looking round they have yet. Well, look at all the stopping. Now one person by themselves. Oh. Killed by Squeaks.
And that's definitely one of those situations you want to control that crosshair, because that could have worked out so much better for him. Jake and Bake fumbling there towards long does create an awkward situation, but more so for Team Ludwig, who are still disadvantaged in numbers. 3v4, just trying to find their way up long as the stands. Tens is op right in between them and that bomb site. Tens lets it sing out yet again as they go to hunt here for this last player, Agent 00 for Team Ludwig. P90, smoke, and nowhere to go. They have him trapped in the back long, and somehow, some way, a fumbled spray there. Brings us now to a 3v1. Whoa. Uncharacteristic sort of miss there. Jordan, have you ever seen anything like it?
From Tens? Maybe just when he's opening windows to get a stream started. But in-game, not often. He is one of those guys who doesn't miss the target very often. And 5-0 here, Trace. That was, again, like, they're just not much conviction on Team Ludwig right now. Team Ludwig.
Ludwig. Yeah. Not a very good time, I'd say, if you're not into losing. I'm just saying, it's about to get a whole lot more awkward here. Jake and Bake running the linebacker through the smoke. He is creating a massive problem. No one has figured it out. Unbelievable scenes. What is happening right now? Multiple block attempts. No one has seen him, and he's just about. Jake Bake and a little bit too much shake. Had it all on a platter given to him. Jordan, wow. Have you ever seen anything quite like it?
Honestly, I feel like I'm watching a circus right now, Trace, because that you couldn't have drawn that one up any sillier right there. I think they were all trying to, you look at the radar, trying to figure out how you're going through the smoke there.
What do you mean you're hitting the wall, man? What do you mean? Then he went back and blocked again. It's just sometimes a happy accident happens.
They're probably having a good laugh over there. And Squeaks, I might have messed around with him, criticizing his performance a little bit. That was just because I was making fun of Austin. But Squeaks actually looks like he has motion. Look at him.
Yeah, he got a little motion. Don't let that deceive you.
Look at it.
Your ring camera can tell you got motion too. Don't mean you got any motion, Jordan. You
Animal detected, though, some ring cameras say here as
you don't have any motion. 1v1, 15 HP on Squeaks. He's got to get this bomb down. 20 seconds left on the clock. Don't think it's going to happen, Jordan, unless he runs it back right about now. He's really got to put on his sneakers, though. 10 seconds. Unaware is where that last CT player is going to be coming in from, but don't you worry. That bomb gets planted in the A bomb site. Just kidding. Molotov comes out. He missed the plant, missed the round. What the hell? Can you believe it? Team Ludwig secures a round on the back of Squeaks' individual heroics. Wow. Unbelievable.
From start to finish, that round
was a lot. There was a lot to unpack.
It was like a child's drawing. It was just the wrong colors, but somehow.
Oh. Maybe it better that we didn't listen to it. It looked like it's pretty loud.
Honestly, Squeaks, I like the fake attempt there. And Austin's staring at me right now, making me eat my words.
You don't have to eat your words, Jordan. We had those burritos. However,
well, I'm getting dessert here, I guess.
Ludwig typed in chat, sit after that. And they do have that one round to work with. So, thoughts, Jordan, on MM1 Trash Talk?
I love it here. Bringing back in the glory days of esports here, and Tyler 1's going to get attacked in the box, but no kill here, and Team Ludwig maybe with a little bit of confidence and little momentum behind him now after that big clutch win from Squeaks.
That's what they do look for. But they're going to leave Mr. T1 towards A. Hey, bro, we're out of here. See ya. Peace out, Cub Scout. He has just not figured it out. Albeit no one really there to kind of pressure that top mid for the side of Team 10s to really lock in that intel, that knowledge that they are already in this B bomb site and they will be getting a plant for free. Conceding that B bomb site, not exactly what Team 10s wanted to do. Now the retake is on. First 5v5 retake of its type. Imiru, 1P90 ringing out Squeaks, trying to do the same, but Ludwig beats him to it now in a 5-on-3. Big problems for Jake and Bake. Not only is he getting shot there from the closet, he had to worry about the window at the same exact time. 2 versus 5. Dwindling now the numbers for Team 10s and the opportunities and chances of securing themselves another round.
Kuno is maybe going to be able to grab a gun here, but probably not. Actually, is going to get hunted down here. And the second round there for Team Ludwig.
Ah!
It's a me.
I was thinking like the Zeus sound.
Ah! Oh. Who does you? That's a pretty good one, actually.
Ah! Yeah. What can I say, Jordan?
How did you practice that?
Just getting Zeus repeatedly over and over again in game and IRL. What can I say? Ah! Anyway.
Like partner was like you and Machine just went in a LAN server and just.
Now that sounds like a cool movie. Me, you, and Machine. Maheen.
iRobot. Wait a sec.
It's just iBot, because.
Anyways, Trace.
Yeah, anyways, if you just let me remind the lovely people at home what they're watching, it's the AT&T Annihilator Cup. This is week 1. We are heavy into the Counter-Strike action. And as of right now, Team 10's finding a little bit of adversity, finally, in this matchup. Ludwig and co. grabbing their second round. And Jordan now to do play-by-play for the rest of the night by himself.
All right, hey guys, my name's Jordan, and I like long walks on the beach and cohesive crosses of the long A choke point here. Can we get a smoke on the ground, folks? Tyler 1 has the only smoke, but he's currently just not, doesn't look like he has any plans of throwing it.
Shoot the op, man, please.
The T's aren't going to be able to do anything. I'm sure now they're talking, hey, does anyone have a smoke? And maybe Tyler will make a communication of by holding down his mic key. And it's not going to happen. You know what could have prevented your team from dying? Is a smoke grenade, but at least I got a kill.
Oh my God!
Hey Mom, look at me! I'm hang gliding. Oh, I'm dead.
And the crowd goes mild. Squeaks tries to clean up this situation that's on hand currently.
Honestly, Squeaks might be the best thing this team has going for him right now.
Well, it certainly wasn't that smoke.
I didn't want to say it, but a dear friend of mine, you know, pointed out the confidence in a big double kill by Squeaks here puts Gingy in another clutch situation. Can she do it again? The demon of the AT&T Annihilator Cup clutches. Gingy. I think she's been in like 8 clutches already in 2 games. 1 versus 2 situation, Trace. Yeah. Smoking HEN on the belt.
1 versus 2. Trying to find the shot on the guy at Bricks, and somehow it did work out. Squeaks falls. Tyler 1 with an AWP, looking on from Goose. Goes for something extraordinary and lands it somewhere where it needed to. Team Ludwig finds 3, and we continue into the night.
Let's look at Twitch chat on this halftime here.
What are they saying, Jordan? What are they talking about in there? Eating at the chillest restaurants
no,
for the
Trace,
freshest
don't
dudes.
read it. They said something about you.
Oh, great. No one needs to do that. All right. Well, let's switch sides. See if we can get Tyler 1 back in pit to do nothing. And
yeah, that was impressive there. And then they still got that round right there. But on the flip side, we have Team 10's heavy towards the B bomb site early, Trace.
Yeah, stacked up in those tunnels. And again, this is that pistol round. 10's does have a skirmish with Ludwig, but does find the frag necessary. Now, all 5 of these T's stacked up in that B site. Surely that's the play. B tunnels, completely theirs. The CTs know that there's no one in T-spawn. In fact, it's about to rain on their heads if somehow, some way, they can find that that aggression paying off. Let's listen in to Mr. Tyler 1. Perhaps we get some of those elite tier gameplay comms.
Uppy. Nice.
Yep.
3v2.
Nice, one
Yeah,
more.
get out there. You can start clomping. You can start clomping here, Agent.
Let's
Good
fucking
shit,
go!
bro.
Do we full
Yo,
bundle?
and we killed 10s?
No,
We
MP9.
win!
MP9.
That's right. That's right. All right, buy up, buy up.
Yeah, Jordan, I think they used to say that about Slimmy when he was on the team. You kill Slimmy, we win the round.
There's, you know, every team has those just pillars of
Of what exactly? Just inspiration.
just domination, inspiration, education,
Annihilation. The AT&T Annihilator Cup. That's right. You do find yourself. We did just finish that first half. Switch the page. It is how Counter-Strike works. Ludwig not really trying to take a new page out of his playbook.
No, there, and they had the pistol round, and he's making a little aggressive play there on the anti-eco, which might have not been necessary. And now Team Tyler won here in a 2 versus 5 situation after having their first, well, 1 round lead of a half.
Oof. Big shot from 10. Styling on now. Looks for the second one. That low CT. Lowly, I should say, rather. Looking to retweet. Looking to retweet.
We're going to retweet something here in a second as Team 10's wins another round, and they are only 3 rounds away from sealing this match. I'm, you know.
You're proud, honored, and happy for the org.
I'm just glad my investment's looking good here. I've put at least $12 into this team, and I'm
really
capital raise is going all right here. We got another 6 here from the Twitch chat, and
what about
actually open. Well, inflation carried. We've actually lost all of our money. Thank you for banking here, and
thank you.
This line is for clients only.
Yes. All right. Well, let's jump into it. See if Team 10s can lock this one in. Swift scout shot onto Squeaks. Someone was just singing his praise. Now that AG right there
has a problem with the moon, actually.
That AG right there might actually be the new meta. If we could get a replay of specifically that sort of toss, that was sort of like a shock put almost. We're thinking track and field. Anyway, Jake and Bake trying to clear the car out. Not going to have to. Tins does it for him. Tins couldn't be stopped. That is until Amiru came through. 2-on-4 and make that a 1-on-4. Ludwig might have typed sit in the first half, but it looks as though he is about to be sitting right on his proper arse. Another round for Team 10s.
Sakuno's actually thinking of money, what is it? Bankrolling the squad
Switching
here.
to Sudoku.
Yeah. They're going to switch something after this game here because they're going to need to lock in versus first team double lift. Like 7-4, they're winning versus Team Ludwig here, but
just
it
back
should
it up.
Probably be over already.
Well, again, that's Jordan Gilbert's professional thoughts and opinions. You can get those over on his socials and his mediums or whatever he's got going on. But anyway, back to the stuff that brought us all here. Ludwig trying to fight the good fight in a 2v4 yikes material, though. Teetering on that A10's just styling right now. Masking sounds as he jumps around into spawn. Completely necessary, of course. And going back up to just seal the deal in Ludwig's face. Puts a couple extra there, and we see another one go that way.
Is that BM from Tens?
No, I've seen it a couple times. I mean,
Yeah.
Ludwig typed sit in the chat.
Tyler one did. Teabag, yeah.
You know, what Tyler one did from pit with the op and that smoke was BM.
That might have been the worst defense
That
we've
was
seen.
rough to watch. That hurt my soul. But then when that smoke came out,
We all know that teammate. They have a full kit of nades, and you die. And
locked in. 2 locked in.
they're the last one left, and they still have all their nades. Oh, okay. With the util off the window here, pressuring the catwalk here, Trace. Spray's looking a little bit Valorant-esque here, though, as he's not able to get a bullet even onto the opposition.
definitely refund that Vandal, bud. Here it is, P90 of Doom from the long doors. Can he get away? Just 30 HP. Pulls his knife out. No one's going to be chasing, but in that meantime, the in-between time, Tens has found a little bit of real estate on the catwalk. Doesn't really matter at this junction, though. Tyler one posted up with AWP at long. Can't do anything with that. It'll be 2 missed shots consecutively. He goes back to potentially take a third as he aims over their heads. And bang, finally. Third one's a charm, like they always say.
Tyler one only needed 3. And 10 swinging off Cat, trying to get a little one tap here, but right off the bat has to fall back.
I think Tens is over it. I think
Tens is about to, yeah, he's going into final form here soon.
Yeah.
Takedown Ludwig says, listen, bud. You suck.
Yeah, anyway, bomb plan here from Team
I don't like you anymore.
2v2. Tens very low, having to usher in quite a bit of work in this round and most of the other rounds he's had to play. He's going to look to go for the big flank here, the big lurk.
Timing's a little weird, though, as Jake and Bake is caught in the open trace.
Yeah, well, pack it up, pack it in. Perhaps we pass it over to Austin again in the studio. Isn't that right, Austin? Hey,
that's
bud,
right. I'm still here. I am still here, gentlemen. It's good to be here. What'd you think about that matchup? Your silence is deafening. Your silence is deafening.
It's a wash.
Well,
wash. Look, Team Ludwig was never really in it. Just pretend like they were in it. Give me some.
I can't do it.
You can't even. You can't even pretend.
They won one round. He typed sit, and then they just got smacked.
Okay, let's check out the highlights then.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, see, here's my MVP of the game. This is a standout on Team Ludwig.
I think he was their MVP for Team Ludwig. Unfortunately, he was the MVP of what? It was Crash and Burn.
Right. I mean, look, they had some highlights. Here's Jake and Bake. You know him very well.
Yeah. He was shaking. He was baking.
Yeah, there he goes. Oh, why? It's not a highlight for him, is it?
No, you know, but.
Here's Tens. We'll get a highlight here, right?
Oh, yeah. This is one of the highlight moments of the match, though, for me. No joke. Like, this could have went so much better for Mr. Jake and Bake. But it was still a lot of fun to watch as he brought them all in that corridor, that fatal funnel.
Oh, see, there's that moment from Squeaks. There's that MVP moment from Squeaks.
Yeah, and that, I guess, in that moment.
See, the case I'm trying to make here is he could still win the MVP by being on a bad team, right? Just like you could win the MVP, you could be the MVP of the NFL without being on a losing team.
Yeah, like participation awards.
Yeah, there you go.
How many of those you got in your life, Jordan? You ever got one of those?
Yeah, we've gotten a couple. Not proud of them, but I have them.
Well, I mean, you should be proud of most of the trophies you have, I think.
The wins, everything
that
else.
Chess championship that you cheated in, that's a different story.
That's a chase.
Really
I'm okay with losing. I don't need to celebrate my participation.
You cheated in a chess championship?
No, he's just mad because he's...
I'm not even mad. I'm having a great time.
I got beat by Alexander Botez. You know the Botez sisters?
No.
Professional chess players, Twitch streamers. Very good at chess. I got beat in about, I think, less than a second.
Really?
Yeah.
You just made a move?
She just made a move and it was over. I made one move, she made a move, it was over. I didn't even think that was possible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in a moment, we'll take a look at the standings and chat with our special call-in guest. But first, let's review these highlights to recap how it's go. Let's just keep talking about this match. Okay. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
No, it's fine. I mean, listen, the key things we saw from both teams. One, Tens is peeking long A with a D-goal, even though he has an op. And then on the other side of things, we got Tyler 1 not using any utility, hoodie on, room's dark, team's vibes are dark. They're not, Squeaks was trying to bring light into it, winning big clutches. Util wasn't being used properly. Trace wasn't being used properly.
I think you're onto something. Jordan, not to detract from your point there, I think that they definitely had a wake-up call from the first game. And it seems as though Team Tens is here to play now, which is great news for anybody watching because it wasn't looking too spectacular in that first map.
I disagree.
Well, you can have your own opinion.
If devil's advocate here.
Yeah, go on.
If they didn't show up, maybe that Ludwig game would have been closer. And see, that's what the people show up for. You disagree?
Jordan, he's talking to you, not me. He's looking you directly in your eyes. You looking at me for an answer. As if I'm No. He's looking at you, big man.
Come
Put
on.
your money where your mouth is, Jordan.
Nobody wants to see a blowout. They want to see a little competition.
Listen, this is all to be said that I'm just looking forward to the rematch.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Team Double at first Team Tens.
I think if everybody starts showing up like Squeaks on Team Ludwig, then maybe maybe something will change. All right,
That's a good
looks
point.
like we've got our individual points ready. Summit 1G in the lead, followed by Tens, Double Lift, Scump, Landmark, Squeaks, Hutch, Nade Shot, Jake and Big, Octane.
I did pick Tins to be the individual MVP, right? And so Double Lift's team to win it. Now, ironically, Summit is on Double Lift's team, and as long as they stay way up there, along with his other two teammates that are seemingly right underneath them, then everything's going well for my predictions, you know? Tins has showed up to play now.
Yeah. So this is from Double Lift team. Yeah, Double Lift Summit. He had Landmark on the top list. From a team perspective, that's looking good. I mean, this is the 11th through 20th here. Emiru, I'm sorry for your loss. Tyler 1's not far above you, though, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah. Total points, that's a big old goose egg.
And Gingy getting points maybe for those clutches and performance she's had. So that's something. Even if you're not in the top team, you can get points.
Looks like we've got our group standings updated here. First place, Team Double Lift, as expected. Second place, Team Tens. Third place, Nade Shot. Fourth, Ludwig. I don't think that's changed since the last round.
I mean, it's just becoming more and more clear and apparent. I think, Jordan, it almost goes without saying. I'll kick this one into your wheelhouse. But as what we're seeing right now in terms of how this round-robin format is shaking up, I mean, we could probably just go ahead and start the grand final. Like, I think it's Double Lift. Just give it to him, actually. We don't have to play it. Just elevate it, start it.
Hey, well, you know, in the end, this is just 1 week out of the grand scheme of things. The whole competition feeds into a larger talent.
Yeah,
prize.
lots of time to go. Lots of games to be played, ladies and gentlemen. As a reminder, you have a chance to win cool prizes all tournament long. At the end of tonight, 5 of you will win a gaming monitor, and at the end of the tournament, 1 lucky winner will take home the grand prize PC. Scan the QR code or head to AT&T Annihilatorcup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. What's the most money you spent on a computer?
Jordan hasn't paid for a computer in like 20 years. What do you?
Well, what's the computer with the highest value?
No, yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, the video card market, you know, ever since like all this AI stuff makes it so expensive. I don't know, maybe $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah, like you're saying with the GPUs now, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, but if you
that's about what my PC is at home.
Yeah, but then you could get depends on the monitor and the desk. And so if you really talk
the
about your
whole setup can be really expensive.
Yeah, you got the USB drink warmers and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Red light.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. Oh, we'll talk about that later. All right, I believe we have a special guest waiting for us, and they're ready right now.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Shroud.
Hey, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Shroud.
Yeah,
we can hear you. How are you, Shroud?
Good. So we're rolling back the years, Jordan and Trace.
Look, Shroud, I got a couple of I got a couple of friends here that they said they're pretty familiar with you.
Yeah. By the way, the engine that you guys were talking about was CryEngine. Okay. Yeah.
CryEngine. Yeah. You remember what I'm talking about?
I got you.
That was the funny days. It's like, can you run Crisis?
Shroud, what are your thoughts on the gameplay so far?
Well,
Counter-Strike is a title.
Counter-Strike's a game that that we all play. At least that we thought we all play. But today is proving that maybe that's not so true. But listen, one team, Double Lift's team, is looking damn good out there. That is kind of like a curveball to me. I was expecting Tens' team to do a lot better. I thought Tens was gonna, just dominate all the competition. But Double Lift's team, Summit being number 1, I don't know. I didn't expect that for some reason.
Now, have any competitors surprised you?
Any competitors surprised me? Honestly, I think I'm going to give this one to Squeaks. Squeaks has surprised the heck out of me. I went in there and I was expecting Team Ludwig to have some rough games, but Squeaks, he's a machine. I did not realize he's this good at Counter-Strike.
Now, Shroud, I've been trying to tell these guys at the desk the entire time about Squeaks, and they still won't. I can see it in their face. They're still not going to admit
he's good.
He's carrying them to losses. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you know, Shroud, it's MVP can be on the losing team. That's what I'm trying to say.
I've been there. We've all been there, maybe.
Yeah, we've all been there. So, I mean, you kind of alluded to it before, but do you think that there's a team that you think is more or less likely to win?
I mean, at this point in the Counter-Strike department, I think it's going to be double lift. But when I played on previous AT&T Annihilator Cups, the teams changed between games. Do the teams stay the same throughout every week? Okay.
Yes. Yep. They stay the same.
Yeah. Okay.
On this tournament
Okay.
throughout.
Okay.
So for the people not performing like Team Ludwig, they got to figure it out, Shroud.
They might be better than
Yeah, I
fighting
mean, I
games,
also
but you
heard
never
that the
know.
captains did, in fact, draft their whole team. Is that correct? Okay,
yes,
so
they did.
I think Ludwig's
Yep,
strategy
yes, they did.
here is he might be thinking past Counter-Strike. I think he drafted his team to really kind of prepare for the next 3 games. So I wouldn't I wouldn't say he's out of it yet. You know, there's plenty of weeks.
It's a long tournament, Shroud, 4 weeks total. So maybe they'll perform better in the other games. We appreciate your time, Shroud. Thank you for the interview, and enjoy the rest of the show. Take care, Shroud. All right, let's review where teams netted out during round robin gameplay, starting with our individual points. All right, let's take a look. 1 through 10 there, Summit in first place. Any surprises? Nothing. Playing out just as you expected it.
Maybe Scum. I don't know how much Counter-Strike he plays. Double Lift himself. Both those guys. Like I know they play, Double Lift from League. I don't know what else he plays in his free time though. That's to my.
Obviously, a little bit of Counter-Strike.
Obviously, a little bit of Counter-Strike. Scum. I sometimes you feel like just everyone kind of dabbles. Counter-Strike's that game that's always been around. So.
And through whatever iteration too, like whatever version, where Counter-Strike is eternal. They say like Team Die. Like Counter-Strike is actually eternal.
Yeah, you might have not played since Go or even 1.6 for someone, and they just kind of come back and it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, but the bike sometimes
falls apart, breaks, and
square tires on the bike. Sometimes
put a sticker on it, you sell it, and then
exactly. Put a sticker on it, sell it, and before you know
monetize it, and then
so
European Union wait, what?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
I've got a question. As we look forward to future weeks and future games. Do you think that any of these teams have an advantage in, I don't know, let's say League of Legends or any of these other games? Like
Double Lift would probably do well in League of Legends. If, perhaps even excel in League of Legends.
Tyler One played a lot of that though, so that's where Tyler One's team. I don't know his other teammates as well. I don't know if you know their background as well, but I'm assuming they might play more League of Legends.
I feel like that's another game everybody dabbles in is League of Legends.
Yeah.
Which I believe
or A-Rams or something.
I believe is coming up next week.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance. It's a long tournament. You place first in this one or last or whatever. There's still 3 more weeks to.
You can flip those results in the next one.
Yeah, easy. This could be your strength. That's what's so interesting about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the teams for the 3rd place matchup. All right, let's remind ourselves where the teams netted out during round robin. All right, Team Nadeshot versus Team Ludwig. All right, who do you guys got in this one?
That's a crazy question you've asked. I have to go Nadeshot. Hopefully, they're somehow. I mean, look, I'm just going to throw it out there, man. I saw some things from Team Ludwig on Dust 2 that led me to believe they don't have a shot in hell here. But maybe.
I mean, look, if I
don't know. Squeak starts fragging, Tyler One's fragging. Maybe he's hopping, Squeaks is popping.
I was thinking Tyler One more in like a support role, like a utility player.
Yeah. But what I saw some good stuff out of Team Nadeshot, like Octane's pushes on Dust 2, that shows some confidence. So I guess the only way that can backfire is if they get killed on the pushes. So I don't have a good prediction here. I'll probably say Team Nadeshot as well with Trace.
Yeah, okay. Smart. All right, let's take a look at our finals matchup. We got in the finals. It's going to be a good game. Team Double Lift versus Team 10.
Yep.
Well, now that Tens has woken up in company, it's like everyone. Obviously, each time you play through a matchup here at the Annihilator Cup, you're gaining a little bit of something as a team, regardless of if there's a seriousness behind it on their end. But it just comes from familiarity.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, that first game, it wasn't really, nothing felt familiar. The Team 10's right there. They kind of got stomped on Inferno, but that is a map where if your team comes out with a little bit better chemistry on a map like Inferno, that alone is an advantage. And we heard the comms from some of the boys there. They sounded like they were vibing. So, boys and girls, and they just, if they bring that and Team 10 stays flat, just hopes 10's carries, it's going to be the same result. But 10's and them now having a couple wins, maybe a little bit of confidence, I think the grand finals could provide us a little bit more of a show. Trace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot more Annihilator Cup coming right up. We've got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AT&T Annihilator Cup. I'm joined by Nothing and Stunna somewhere, and we're about to jump into our final matches of the night. Take a look at our third place matchup. We've got Team Nadeshot versus Team Ludwig. It should be an interesting one. And we're going to take a look at how that game is going on. I believe it's happening right now.
Knife round is just starting here, Austin. And
that's right.
This is the one we were kind of just, you know, we weren't sounding super...
And nobody's enthusiastic about this one.
Let's just say the most amazing impressions in their performances, Austin. What did you guys want to say? Sorry.
It's a little consolation game, right?
Consolation game. Maybe get a little momentum going into next week's matches. Show a little bit of team, maybe pride, you might say.
Maybe even some prowess. Show us something of a unit of team would play with Counter-Strike.
5 individuals becoming one.
Yes. 5 people on the same page towards the same objective.
Start with the same book.
Yeah, you're right. Not even reading the chapters here. Personally, I don't really read books with words in them. Just a lot of stuff I got to color in with my crayons.
You just got to flip.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for that, Jordan. Here, let me fix that for you, buddy.
Hey.
You ever been on a broadcast before?
Whenever I'm with you, things kind of just fall apart. Octane here with the entry frag. Do we got a little mic listening right there, I thought?
No, I think he talked in-game is what happened.
Oh, gotcha.
It was a good ear out right there. Hold
Ooh,
that.
Emily Wang with the swing there, showing some prowess here. Nade shot as well. And Team Nade shot here applying the speed and momentum early. A little bit of pressure here. Emily's going to get a good plant. She's got to be careful on this plant spot.
Oh, my.
Wide open, but that's maybe the confidence they needed this half.
All part of the plan,
Don't
Jordan.
worry about cover. Let's just go for another.
That's what they say.
That's sometimes what they say.
Somebody has ultimately probably said that at some point, if I had to guess. I think you are onto something there, Jordan.
And a nade shot. I like the merch. I saw some nice stuff here at the headquarters.
I already did that, Jordan. Nice try, man.
Oh. Okay.
Basically, Mr. Nade Shot, sirs, what he's trying to say is, I saw a cool hoodie. He had to have it too. Jordan just can't do his own thing. Well, hold that,
Emily
though.
again with the entry frag here, but Squeaks making Austin proud here. Nade shot coming in with the trade. Double kill there. Hutch as well.
2v2. And that AK going to prove to be a difference maker in this round. The second one coming out, Ludwig tries to get a little ambitious there from underneath balcony, but yet finds no success. So we see a second round for Team Nade Shot, albeit a little scary. Squeaks comes out with that deagle, puts some fire down range, almost catches him slipping, and they were able to lasso it back. So yeah, all things considered, good start for Team Nade Shot.
And this is his first appearance on the AT&T Annihilator Cup here, and he's also a new father, playing a lot of golf, playing a lot of Call of Duty. And Hutch also putting people to bed here, speaking of children. Tyler 1 going to go to sleep there in window here as we split up catwalk here.
Yes, indeed. The pain train continues, the station, the destination over here at the B-bomb site. Cheeky little kill from Agent 00.
Jump up on that little ledge.
One and done, but a nice shot
Bob.
from Squeaks yet again. Squeaks in the house. Wasn't expecting Nade Shot so up close, though. That
Look at Nade Shot.
Proved to be a problem. I love the ground that Nade Shot's taking here. Running the board, Ludwig gonna have to try to scramble from the apartments. Nade flash, M4 in hand. He's gonna nade wherever he thinks he can bounce it off. Looks like he's gonna go for that window area. Anything off at this point. Just barely missing each other, and I'm not sure, Octane, check him PC, because that crosshair did not look on him. However, another round for Team Nade Shot in the books.
Spectator glitch, huh?
Yeah, I guess you're probably right. Because it's a less tick rate, right? Like it's technically less frames, I guess.
2 plus 2?
Sure, man. If that makes 4, 4 by 4 being 16. We only need 9 here from Team Nade Shot to secure the dub. So Squeaks pushing for intel again, but in what is already a weird round, we see what they're trying to amass here. We're looking at the how would I say this? Player together strong mentality. Tyler 1 gets on the board, but the responses are swift so far. 3 frags coming out quickly for Team Nade Shot. Emily Wang letting them know who's got the biggest AK in town. And another one stacked up for Team Nade Shot. Ludwig and co. might want to consider calling a timeout before any of that dignity goes any further away from the server. Somewhat of a non-starter, some would say, here at the AT&T Annihilator Cup.
I'm liking the pace here, Trey, so far from Team Nade Shot. I think their MO right now is go. Go.
Yes.
Go forward. W.
Go fast, go together, go now. My gosh, I'm not entirely sure what little noise that was, Jordan, but I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're with us. Ludwig gonna be barbecued to a crisp, but not before he can find at least one. So, some saving grace. Now we have a 3-on-3 in our hands. And speaking of hands, Tyler 1 with the AWP. Doesn't believe in armor, does have an op, living his best life. Here he comes. He's thinking about helping, maybe. What in the hell, Dan? Oh my God, Squeaks. Sort of like a granny peek approach, and then Agent 00 comes in to save the day. They've got to find the bomb. There it is in the normal spot.
That nade shot flash was the start of it, and then I just couldn't focus.
It was just, it was
he flashes, misses it, and then dry swings into 3 people.
Hey man, it's like an art form almost.
And then Octane off someone from Palace. It says, "Let me repeat." Oh man, this is good stuff. That was a funny round actually. But you know what? Team Nate Shot, they have rounds to work with so far. They're up 4-1 on the score line here. So you know they're just trying to stay confident, and I can respect that. Sometimes you need to overheat, as the young kids say.
Well, there was a GB James had a pretty big saying back in the day. Do you remember? Something about make the play. Well, I think the situation here, like the big picture, is that sometimes you have to get out there in front of that. You have to grab that, and you have to play that.
I'm gonna pretend I know what you're saying, and
well, you play with GB James, right? You were on Green Berets.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I rang for
everyone. Yeah, we know.
His team X when they converted to X30. Yeah.
Oh man,
history lesson that those of them watching now do not need.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You are onto something right there. Irrelevant. Also, hello there, Miru. Your barrel's sticking out. Hello.
Gun was a little longer than she had planned when she was building her kit there.
Kit, because it is kind of like Tarkov, Jordan. You are correct. Ludwig tries to get cheeky with it, but nah. Not gonna be happening.
See,
that was the cheesiest thing I've said all day.
I mean, I guess it could have been worse, but he's showing confidence here, Squeaks. Like right there, he did a flash from spawn. He kind of gave away his position there on the retake. Now, rotating spawn is one of the most common things, and it was a 2v5. So.
But even right there in his movement right there, you can tell he plays CS. You can tell he plays a little bit of CS, right? Like
Squeaks has motion.
He's got that motion. Team Ludwig as a whole, though, that motion amalgamating to just 1 to the 5 of Team Nade Shot even. I'm in his house. I should probably say his name correct. You are watching the AT&T Annihilator Cup. Jordan, tell them about that fiber.
Yeah, I mean, the fiber is amazing. I have it at home. I have their 2000 symmetrical fiber package at home. You can go all the way up from my neighborhood up to 5,000, which is just crazy because like you don't even need the highest speed package for it to just be phenomenal. Sure. And then they're just always doing stuff for the community, for the consumer. If you visit ATT.com/Annihilator Cup, you get the chance to enter and win a weekly prize, including gaming computers, monitors, controllers, yada, yada, yada.
Crazy because you can't remember my birthday, but you remembered all that? That's nuts, man.
Well, listen, Trace.
My birthday's a week apart. Also, Tyler 1, hello. Hello, Tyler 1. Bueller.
Nate Shot here and his squad not letting off the pedal here as they're looking to make this consolation game a consolation prize.
Yeah, no joke. So far, so good for Team Nate Shot. So good. And just like that, Ludwig left to his own. Now Mr. Ludwig, he goes back into spawn, as does the rest of his team. 6 on the trot for Nate Shot.
Hutch looks like he's played decent bit of CS, huh? Hutch, Octane.
I mean, there's definitely a visible difference from people that are comfortable playing Counter-Strike and not, right? Now, that's not even just indicative of, say, a score line.
You just see the way they move.
Yeah, you can see the way they're getting to where they need to go. Now, let's watch Tyler 1 for a second. Let's just see how he's moving. Is your teammate. All right. Still somehow walks away with 1 in what is a disadvantageous situation, even. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
2-on-4.
It's a nade.
Yikes. 7-1. Now, would you say that that's a player that plays a lot of Counter-Strike based off what we just saw? Or how would you quantify what you just witnessed?
I would say he's in better shape than me. And there's a good chance.
Out of game?
Out of game.
Okay.
And he likes, you know, to play League of Legends. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple truths we could talk about.
Well, let's listen to Hutch instead of talking about our truths, Jordan. I think we've said enough.
Let's go.
Look at that beard.
One there, one there. No! I shouldn't have went first. That's on me.
Could be window on you guys, careful.
Smoke.
Yeah, so you can imagine it's a little quiet there towards some of these earlier parts of the round, and that's just because, in case you've never played Counter-Strike before, sound is vital as Austin attempts to bring down the entire studio with him on his entry. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Speaking of which, they might be netting themselves a second round here. Team Ludwig, 3v2, nade shot, Octane. Are left up against the Squeaks, Tyler 1 and Ludwig. So
I got a question for chat, Trace.
okay, what
I'm trying to get the breakdown on these teams here. So obviously Team Nade Shot's winning right now. Team Ludwig is down in the CS week. But chat, between Emiru, Agent 00, Tyler 1, Squeaks, like as a combined, what other games do you think will be their strong suit in the remainder of the Annihilator Cup? Because that's where, like, I know Tyler plays League, but like obviously a lot of people here play a lot of games, and it's hard to always know what they're playing the most lately if you're not watching each one of them.
True.
And I'm just curious. Talk to me for my due diligence stat sheet here.
Yeah. AT&T Annihilator Cup. I personally want to say thanks to AT&T for having me, since I have this brief second to do that. I will do exactly that. I will leave it right there. Also, first time out
League
here
and Street Fighter
in the 100 Thieves backyard. Meanwhile, Ludwig with the boom cannon, Jordan with the burps. Here we go. No, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just like a proximity thing. It's all good. Anyway, looks as though Team Ludwig want to bounce us right back in the opposite direction. Just proves the question. Is the game CT-sided? Hutch, 2. Can he lock in 2 more and push them up to
1
8?
versus 5 situation here, Trace. You got to take this one all the way home just in case he does it.
Yeah, man, let me do that. I mean, you could have. Here's what you could have done. You could have at least talked until they got close to the bomb site. But since you didn't, I'll grab it here. That's completely fine too.
I mean, here,
Hutch working his way through the TV room. Jordan, if you could just refrain from opening those little yappers you got there on your face. We're gonna see Hutch try to take this B bomb site, making all the noise in the world. This is gonna prove to be a big problem. 3 nades in the bucket. Doesn't quite check the left, and what could have very well gone his way. And what he said in that chat as well, all things considered, not a round that he's going to be locking in. Jordan, over to you in the studio.
I'm here. I'm live. I'm direct from the belly of the beast. You know what's one thing that's interesting? Not enough people talk about it in TAC shooters is just movement. I mean, a lot of people do talk about it, but you can kind of tell. A lot of people here, when it comes to just moving the mouse at the enemy, have decent aim. Like, I saw Ludwig come around the corner. He kind of looked awkward with his movement, but then when someone peeked him, he actually snapped to the target decently well. And I think that probably goes for a lot of people who've spent a lot of time on computers. Like aiming is not always the hard part. Really good aim is a different story. But like
precision aiming, playing with like such a low sensitivity because you need that precision is an acquired skill, a life skill, and one of the more impressive things about being a professional esports player.
And then I think, like, to that point, movement itself, a lot of people don't realize how important the left hand is in terms of aim. Just that consistent movement helps you set up your pre-aims and whatnot so well. As we talk about pre-aims, Team Nideshot here is pre-aiming their way up the catwalk here.
Nope.
Without a smoke, though, they're going to be in an awkward spot. This is another situation where, I mean, yeah, there you go, Kat. She's got the smoke. I'm not trying to even sound patronizing, but this is just multiple times now we've seen teams kind of go up the choke points.
There you go. The choke point. That's the one. That's the word you're looking for. But speaking of which, Agent does have the absolute drop on that cat that you speak of. Octane, 1-on-2. He's got an AK. Got about 25 seconds to work with. Not going to matter. Tyler 1 lets that op sing out. I'm not entirely sure what that noise you heard was, obviously. But
I heard a boom, baby.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
This is a strong end of the half, though, for Team Ludwig.
What a menacing laugh that was. you say into the half, Jordan, this is already the second half. I had to look at it too and think about it. Yeah. You are correct, and you are also wrong. Or also wrong and also correct.
More rounds this one. I believe it's more rounds this one.
Oh, we're playing regulation.
Yeah, it's a 16 or 24 rather.
So you've been playing Counter-Strike through all the variations. Even brought us all the way back to MR12, what we are now.
Yeah.
Like all the way around. CGS, all the things you were doing.
RITD, Rumble in the Desert. I think at that point it was like just play the game until someone doesn't feel like playing anymore.
No joke. Such is life. Squeaks has his firmly in his grasp, holding on to the B bomb site. No one has an answer just yet for the Squeaks. That is.
An aimer. Look at him.
Man.
Austin's here just.
Big chilling. I don't think they can hear me. That's all right as well. Somehow, Nate Shot finds himself into a 1v1. And against an 0-11 Emiru. Emiru,
yeah. Apparently she's pretty good at Street Fighter and League, right? Yeah, so, you know.
This could be that first kill. Watch. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, the pre-aim. The angle looked good.
That would have been the one, too. No joke. Good halves exchanged, as Jordan so eloquently put, as he tried to tell you all that this is the second half of play. Look at Gordon. I'm not gaslighting you, man. Just kind of, you're fine, man. Don't worry about it too much. We'll figure it out. But so far, it doesn't quite matter. Team Nate Shot on top. Yeah, no problem, man. I'll be here all night. Ludwig, though. Team Ludwig. Well, they're having fun.
You know, that was a good end of the half for Team Ludwig. Probably would have liked one more round there, but Nate Shot showing the competitor in him, getting that big 1v1. B-Rush coming in fast, though, Trace.
Real fast. Ludwig lost in the sauce against the wall. Gets absolutely embarrassed by Nate Shot's pistol. This one, just pack it up. Put a bow on it. Agent 00.
2000 Master Race.
Not to be the hero. Nate Shot's team picks up that pistol convincingly, easily. And we see him lock in 9. At the AT&T Annihilator Cup.
You know, if I were to come play League, I'd be pretty bad.
Obviously.
Street Fighter, not very good either.
Yep.
What are the, you know, what else do I got? Golf?
No, I don't think that's on here, actually.
Oh.
I mean, it could have been one of the other weeks I didn't see, but maybe like, maybe you might like RC cars or something? Maybe like.
Yeah, I have a Spider-Man one right now and an Indiana Jones RC car, actually. So. I mean, whatever.
Motion.
Brick wall at A, Trace.
Yeah, brick wall, motion, kind of like the same thing. When you put them together, the laws of inertia say that this moving object is not stopping anytime soon. Team Nate Shot thoroughly laying down the pain on Team Ludwig.
Agent 00 with the P&ID here. I want to see speed and momentum.
Yes, but at the adequate and appropriate times.
Yeah, well, like when the team is ready to go with them, like now.
Yeah, usually when your team's ready to go with you, but hey, look at this. Everybody wants to play on the A-bomb site. We're trying to end this one quick. Squeaks, he's not just a codec. He's dialed in. Not good enough, though.
Hutch.
You want to. Everyone's shooting everyone with everything all the time. Tyler one with the plant. 1-on-2. Shotgun in hand. 64 HP. Ops pick up the M4. He's got 8 bullets in it. He's going to run out of shots. Undoubtedly, they're going to frag him, and that's going to be all she wrote. Peace out, Cub Scout. Cats and dogs living together. Absolute pandemonium in the A bomb site.
I liked his reaggression there. I just don't like the reaggression into the middle of the open with 8 bullets, not repositioning again.
I was just thinking, like, long-term, what was the idea? Say you got the first guy.
Sometimes people aren't expecting you to peek. You get the bomb down, they expect you to fall back. That first kill is good if you can get the kill, like, in motion, right? You get that kill, and then that triple box is kind of an object of cutting off the angle, then boom, you fall back. So that kind of thinking might be the natural gamer in him. The execution...
He shot at his teammate 2 rounds ago.
Listen, tomato, tomato.
I'm trying to call a spade here, Jordan. Some shoes fit, some don't. They're not all for you. They're not all for me.
I've heard barefoot is actually really good for your posture. So.
Cool. You want to go walk around outside barefoot? Because I don't. Especially not around
Depends
here.
where we're talking. Nature, dirt. Are we grounding?
Oh,
what
a double
frequency
from
is happening right now?
We call that a collateral. Oh, baby, a double.
Collateral.
Good movie, by the way. Have you seen that movie?
Jamie
Foxx, Tom Cruise. They're in L.A. It's pretty crazy. It's really good. I'd highly recommend watching. It's called Collateral. It came out roughly 200 years ago. And speaking of which, 200 years ago is where Team Nadeshot is sending Team Ludwig in Mirage currently, because this one is Dunzo.
Denzel Washington.
Dunzel Washington. There you go. All the things, Jordan. All of the things.
12-4. You know what I like about that score?
It's on the door.
Mathematics about it. You know, like 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12.
Just get out.
I don't know. Sometimes basic numbers look good. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, basically, the numbers will tell you it's not looking good. Team Ludwig. Bang. Octane.
I feel like Octane like took their time with that kill. Like
Octane. There's some more German for you. Octane.
I don't know, what is that?
Achtung. It's like attention. But it's the way you read it. Anyway, man. There's 3 players live now in what is the last chance saloon for Team Ludwig. Tyler 1, Agent 00, 00, and Emiru, who is actually on 0. 0-16, perhaps even. So, right now, as it stands, if there is a world, if there is a will and a way, they do find their way into this A bomb site after taking out Cat, holding from the sandwich area. But is that going to happen? No, they're not going to check. That's going to prove to be a fatal flaw in what is ultimately a funnel for Cat. 2 down, 13 on the board. Team Ludwig taking a fat L. Humongous, the biggest L anyone's ever seen in their life. Jordan Gilbert, can you believe it?
I mean, I can.
Wow.
I can.
Wow. You know what? I can't believe it. Team Ludwig. I had them winning the whole thing, and they still could win the whole thing, but they definitely didn't win anything today.
They did not. In fact, they did the opposite. They barely got a participation award.
Yeah, barely. I do want to say that I was half right. I think Squeaks did. If you look at the leaderboard in that game for Team Ludwig, Squeaks was at the top of it, and I think he was at the top of it consistently throughout.
You are not wrong there,
right,
Austin?
Yeah, no, I know.
He was the shining light over there,
right?
Which is great. Like,
right. He was the shining light. I believe there were some highlights from that match. I'm not sure how many, but whichever ones, we have them right now.
I mean, just look at Emily. To her credit, she was just getting out there. She was a key force on opening up the bomb sites. You need space if you want to dance, and if you're gonna dance, you need space. You know what I mean?
These are, sometimes you need players to pull the crosshairs away from the players that are hitting the shots. Now, is that her? Is that him on your screen? It could be, but somebody has to take that sort of fall almost. And if you're playing as a cohesive unit, as a team, you're gonna capitalize on that. You're gonna win matches. Is Team Ludwig going to do that anytime soon? Probably not, especially since you just lost the 3rd, 4th place decider here in Counter-Strike. So it's not looking too good, all things considered, Mr. Austin.
Yeah, look. I mean, I think things can change. People can improve. Not today. Maybe on another day.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I just know they're more of a league team, I think.
We have one more match to go today.
Yes, we do. One more big finals match that is set to be a lot more competitive than this one.
It's a best of 7, Jordan. Are you excited?
Every map in the map pool.
Every map in the map pool. We're going to play through them all. I'm just kidding. We're not.
Can we just do Scouts Knives?
It's not.
Low gravity.
I think that would take probably.
Chat, can we get a vote? Either Scouts Knives or USP Ninjas.
No, I don't believe it's best of 7.
No, I was definitely lying. That was a bit of a fib. I don't want to think, again, like I said, when we get to
You
the real
said it so deadpan, everybody believed you, including those in the studio in New York. So much so that they told me to correct you.
That's cap. Also, sorry to make you all sweat over there in New York City. I hope y'all are having a good
they were
time.
scrambling to try to figure out how they could rewrite the tournament to make it a best of 7.
Well, maybe the tabulators can get back to tabbing. Alt-tabbing even.
Yeah, maybe they can.
We're going to alt-tab you out of this production.
How about you alt-tab your phone away while we're on air, wild man?
Look at I'm looking at chat.
Yeah, he's looking at Twitch chat.
Shout out to all my homies over there in New York, though. I know y'all are keeping it real on the other side of the camera. And that's back to Austin after a brief report from us.
Back to me to throw back to you and talk about how we think the finals match will turn out.
Yeah.
Between Team 10s, Team Double Lift. I mean, we know.
Do we know map at all? Does production know map?
I don't know if we know the map quite yet, but we're going to find out very shortly.
We do not know that.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. We're going to figure that out.
I mean,
we know.
Well, I'm going for Team 10s. I've been here the whole time thinking Team 10s would be that one.
Yeah, you're going for Double Lift.
No, I mean, there's Team Double Lift. But I've always said that Team 10s was breaking the cusp. They were breaking the mold. They were breaking into these variables. They were really kind of becoming the constant in what is otherwise unknown, Jordan. And that's what we're looking at here with Team 10s. We're looking at hardcore championships on the line in this grand final, this best of one, this determining factor to tell us who the champion of week 1 of the AT&T Annihilator Cup is going to be.
So you're going with Team 10s now.
No, Double Lift just got it in the bag.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, because I thought you said Team 10s. You're switching it up.
I guess we'll never know.
All right.
Maybe both. I'll tweet
I guess we'll never
It's almost like it was his job to tell us what he thinks.
Until we watch it back, and then we'll know.
Well, that's the thing is I can kind of predict here right now like this, and then I can go tweet something completely different. I'll be right.
Yeah, that's right. So
no, I will be right. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them will be right. It's 50-50 law of average.
It's a 50-50 chance.
You know, it's like water under the fridge, bro.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Is there a freezer under it?
Water under the fridge, man. What are you talking about?
No, he's got it. He's talking about. Yeah, I understood what you meant. You said you have your fridge and then your freezer.
There's free, yeah.
Yeah, your freezer drawer. You have a drawer.
And then the water's in it. So
yeah, we've moved past the freezer on the right, and it's just now fridge.
Or it's a German.
Well, normally you're not supposed to have water under your fridge either, and we've moved past that. We put water under the bridges now, which is a new thing we're trying. That'll be, I think, one of the games next week. Is that?
Yeah, water under the bridge. Yeah, right after we play League of Legends.
Water under the bridge, brought to you by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right. So
we've got some individual points to check out. There they are. All right. In first place, it's Summit 1G. Is that any surprise? Because there's been a lot of 10Z double lift.
No, I definitely didn't think he would be first.
10s.
I didn't think he couldn't be. I definitely thought it would be 10s.
Right.
But, you know, it makes sense when your team is doing better, which Double Lift's team is. Double Lift Summit, Landmark, they're all right there. Hutch, the names are blending now in my mind here. But he's got at least 3 players in the top 5, right?
Yeah.
So that helps the situation.
Well, and just because you're not, producing the highest individual score doesn't necessarily mean that you're not aiding and assisting and things of that.
There's a role to play, right? Everyone has a role to play within kind of a team environment. Everyone has a job to do, whether there's even a chance to assign those sort of things. Whether you're even approaching this at that level is another question.
That may or may not show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, there's unsung heroes.
Amaru, she's not showing up today really in CS, but she's an excellent league player.
Pocket pig.
Ludwig is, doing, I guess, as you guys thought.
Jordan, if you had to play League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
Somebody came in here and said, you have to, like, right now.
I would install it.
Right, as most of us would. What character champion, would you pick?
What's the one that everyone plays?
Any of them? Is that what you're looking for? I think it's Reinhardt. Yeah, that's the one. Reyna. Yeah, that's Reyna. Yeah, you actually just told me it's Reyna. So.
Valorant? I can play Valorant.
No, I don't play that.
What about you? Are you a good league player?
No, I exclusively play Teemo. So
that's it.
Don't know that nets dubs, but I have a great.
Hey, Teemo, there you go.
Thank you. Good job, Jordan. Yes.
You used to play Halo?
I haven't watched Arcane yet either, though.
When you were talking about Halo 2 earlier, it kind of hit like a nostalgic, right? Because like at that same junction in time, you had LAN parties going on where it'd be like Xbox v Xbox. And everyone's playing with a controller, and I'm getting my pack smoked while we're playing on LAN. I just want to plug in a mouse and keyboard. Like, it is a crazy idea, but I will smoke you guys with that mouse and keyboard.
See, I
back then. Now,
speaking of smokes, final map is Ancient, Trace. So they're gonna need some smokes. And honestly, this doesn't give me much more confidence in Tens and their squad because it's similar to Inferno. You need a good util on a map like Ancient.
Jordan, this is the perfect opportunity for you to give us your Bruce buffer into this grand final.
Let's get ready to knife round. So we'll wait there. Maybe you should go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll get
Getting at 5'2", Jared Summit.
Oh, and there you have it.
Listen, I can only make fun that he's short, guys, because I am also short.
Yeah, Jordan, you're definitely
the Napoleon syndrome. Chat, don't
for their height.
come at me. Listen.
Everybody just left us in here by ourselves. You know,
Actually, it's kind of quiet.
we're probably fired, but
wait a second. We got a meeting about these guys. Let's get them off the broadcast.
listen, we didn't come this far just to come this far.
But what I will say is, it's been a pleasure being here with you today, Trace. And
honestly, the pleasure's all mine. Thanks. Man.
So I'm glad to be closing out this grand final here. Team Doublelift versus Team Tens. Doublelift, in my mind, is the favorite. His squad. I did predict Team Tens early on, and I'm hoping that they could help manifest my prediction here with a little bit of swag.
We have the knife round. It's done. We have the sides. We are playing 1st to 13 now. We also there we go. Instant smokes. And so the pressure's heating up now. I wouldn't even have thought of an instant smoke in the last match of Counter-Strike we just watched. Not even a chance.
No. So.
Does beg that question.
Ooh.
Nice. And an answer even. Scump finding the first frag of this final. I want to welcome you back to that AT&T Annihilator Cup. Week 1 Counter-Strike 2. Team Doublelift versus Team Tens.
Nothing, man. Double. I don't see anything. I'm going to help them.
That actually is going to be going towards that B bomb site. I say that. We've already found ourselves man deficit here, and everything comes right back online for just a few milliseconds. Gingy and Jake and Bake. But have to get this bomb planted without worrying about Doublelift and the big flank. The shots come in, and it's pretty much all she wrote. Doublelift. Had the timing. Had it in his pocket all day long. Gets the defuse without the kit relatively easy. And we push up to 1-0. Right, so this is the last matchup of the day, but this is not the end of the Annihilator Cup, right, Jordan? So, like, there's more.
Correct. There's
more games being played over the course of the next.
Yeah, next week will be League of Legends, which could flip these results of this week of Counter-Strike on its head.
Yeah, no doubt.
It could literally be the opposite. That's the beauty of this cup, is it's testing these creators and gamers across a variety of challenges.
Watch A.
Today, Summit, Doublelift, Landmark, Scump, and Lovely Low have looked like a solid team. And they're continuing that form here in the finals. They're already up 1-0. But nice coordinated push here from Team Tens. Might be able to net them something on this force buy.
He might. Summit 1G. Spots the shadow, doesn't matter, cannot land. A singular shot downrange in that instance. 3-on-3 in this A bomb site. Lovely Low gets a little bit of damage downrange. However, it's not just enough. And I say that with bated breath. 1-on-2 in the A bomb site now. 3 HP on CT. Scump's going to swing out.
1 HP there on Sekuno. After he got, I think he got all 3 kills. He got the entry out A, pushed Temple, got another, and then swung back and got one more. So good round from him. Not going to be enough here, but they are going to be able to grab AKs, and this can be the first buy. So this is going to be why I'm going to kind of get a pulse on what we're going to see from Team Tens this half.
Yeah, on the realities of the situation on the ground.
Correct. We got a red smoke coming in from Team 10, so that's a start. A little bit of the basics of Ancient being deployed.
Yeah, because let's be honest. Like, the difference between watching a professional match on Ancient versus what we're seeing at the beginning of these the beginning of these rounds, right? There is a stark difference.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's a lot of utility that they're just not going to know when you don't have those reps, when you're just playing casually.
Oh, Summit 1G from the shadows. Almost gets a third there on Jake and Bake, but 2 is good for him. So that puts him in a 4v3, one man up currently on the side of Team Double Lift. Now, it gets even worse for side of Team Tens.
It's interesting. Like, I could see why Tens would just walk there. He's trying to get a kill. Sometimes you say, why would he go first? He's their best player. But in those angles, when you go first, the advantage you have is normally you catch people playing obvious spots, like a donut off angle, or you catch someone just holding a random position. They probably didn't expect Summit to be down Cubby with a mid-control wall throwing. Like, they didn't really have an obvious presence, you know? Normally when the CTs have a mid-control.
Well, hold this, Jordan. Hold the phone. Sakuno. Bringing this round back from the depths to a point that it didn't matter. Scump was there waiting for your ass anyway. And so, we see a third one on the board for Team Double Lift. Yeah, tell me some more.
No, I was just kind of thinking, you know, like, because I was really diving in on that round there, trying to figure out what they were thinking. And I think Tens just wanted to try to find that entry, because normally you just catch someone like Summit was, just standing still holding an angle, but he just cleared the wrong angle.
Jordan, what do you think about like a series of audiobooks narrated by you called Sweet Nothings?
It might sell 1 or 2 copies.
And that's just your wife, but
that's it. Maybe I could talk about
yeah,
just the realities of the situation on the ground, you know?
You like that one, did you? I mean, it's kind of true. Look what we're dealing with here. Scump and company locking out, icing out Team 10s here from that B bomb site. Double Lift gets caught a little bit awkwardly there. In the skirmish, he walks away with 15 HP. Does have his M4, pops off the reload. And just for Team 10s, just for Genji and 10s, it is an uphill battle from this point. You already boxed yourself in, essentially. 10s breathing a little bit of life into the situation as is. 4 on 2. As Double Lift falls there towards middle, does open an avenue for him. What they don't know, the side of Team 10s doesn't know, is all these remaining CTs are over here on this B bomb site. I say that, Tens eats some lead, leaves Genji here with the bomb.
Could go cave, You're watching it,
I don't see that one turning an about face and going back in the direction of Team 10s. So.
I haven't fully given up hope yet, Trace, but
okay.
The curtains are closing slowly. And
yeah, no joke.
The sun is setting.
It's May the 1st. Couple days away from
Cinco
de Mayo, all that.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, we still got a half a burrito out there each.
You do. I ate mine. Double Lift on some nice little self-pop flashes. You do love to see that from your pick in the team race to win it all. Here we go. All the eggs in the basket. And that is the opposite side of the map that they've been going to. Double Lift there left to his device. Hold the phone. A little bit of a fight still in this one for Team 10s. They're able to isolate and eradicate that player fighting on from Donut, leaving 10s to try to get the bomb plant in a place that he can't quite plant. That one he can. 1 on 2. Are they going to try to rush him with the bomb planted? No. But they have bought themselves just a little bit more time. The first peek is easy from 10s. Can he lock in on the second? Would be a huge round, potentially a momentum swinger. And what has overall been the Team Double Lift show. And with that, goes around in the way of Team Double Lift. Lock the doors.
Throw away the key?
No, I heard someone say that one time. I don't really think it was Henry. I don't really know why.
Yeah, profound.
Lock the doors. It's like, okay, dude.
Maybe the boogeyman was coming.
Maybe.
10s.
Perhaps.
Well, as of now, all I've done is hype him up to let everybody down.
And that's seemingly a trend throughout most of the things I've ever known you about. So just to kind of like rub that one way in there further than I absolutely have to. Jordan Gilbert with me. My name is Trace Saranthus. You probably know us as Nothing and Trace or Stunna. The long of it is, it's not going to be very long until we see this one come to a head at this rate. This is the first round where we've seen a player advantage in the way of Team 10s. Because so far it's been the Team Double Lift show. Cool sort of Molotov idea there, I suppose. Didn't really go according to plan. And this is going to turn back into that B-bomb site simulator. Tins tries to find his way through the cave, is getting all the space in the world, hears it all too, but his team is getting absolutely mopped and swept up on the bomb site, and it's only a matter of time before they eat his lunch too. Tins is out. 6-0. No response. Absolutely nothing here so far of substance from the side of Team 10s, and you've got to beg the question, Jordan, are they running out of gas? Is the steam machine?
It looks like they never filled up the tank. Is the problem here? Is I've seen them try a couple things differently on 10's squad. That last A hit where they went out, 10's kind of trailed, but they just couldn't close it out. Here's another situation where it looks like 10's is probably mid a little bit, looking for an entry, which I like. He got the entry last round on Summit, but then they just couldn't really trade into the bomb sites here. So they just need to keep trying. You know, you gotta group up and do your best here. A map like Ancient is spread out just enough, but like look right here, the CTs are already all leaving B. They're almost all rotating A, so they just don't have good enough map control. So even though they have the advantage right now, they're actually kind of at a disadvantage positionally. If Double Lift happens to get 2 here or something crazy.
Yo, Double Lift almost locks in 2.
That's one, but low HP, and this round's not over in my opinion, even though it's an advantage for them.
Ooh, good shot there. A response. Summit tries to take the game back into his own hands. A nice triple quick like from him. 10s v Scump. Scump's going to slide out from CT. Bomb goes down. And that shot could have set him up for absolute failure. Scump just tickling the back of 10s. 16 HP. 10s playing with fire. Crossing open face, front of sight. Not a care in the world. No doubt whatsoever. Underhanded flash from Scump. Scump makes his move. Puts himself around that bomb plant. Now maneuvering's going to tap the bomb, and all he had to do was kill the defuse.
The second
drops
most
it, Double Lift on 7.
Winningest player in Call of Duty history.
Who, Double Lift?
Scump.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Double Lift has actually won a lot in Call of Duty too.
Oh, I know, I get it.
Yeah, he played for, FaZe Clan.
Yeah, man. That's what they're saying.
Look at Scump. Look at the stash. Look at the focus.
He's locked in, no doubt.
There it is, baby. Look at the background. My guy's got tigers on his screen.
Sure it wasn't optic, Jordan.
Yeah, it was optic. I'm joking, man.
That's how I always reverse my jokes, dude. I'm just joking, bro.
I'm talking about Double Lift, first of all.
Double Lift playing COD for optic. Yes, that's the one we are.
It's like a bad nightmare. Like Landmark hanging out next to some wood like the lumberjack he is.
Yes. I'm trying to
honestly, look, Landmark's a good dude. Okay. So that's all I have to say about that.
Well, thanks for that.
Good dudes don't last long there, though, as 10s whips it out there. 5v4 situation, Trace. Give me the play-by-plays into this bomb site.
Yeah, that's what they say. Double Lift. A response. 4-on-4. Look at all the space. He's got him locked in. They're going to eat his lunch if he doesn't check his corners. And he does somehow still almost pulls one away there. A second one, rather. Really have turned this entire map into the B-bomb site simulator. Pretty fun stuff. If you've ever played Ancient, you can try it. You can either go A or B. And in this round, we definitely went B again. Scump trying to get some taps in there. If he just cools his jets, lovely low will continue to mop it up. Scump ends up getting that last one. 8-0. And again, a non-starter. Team Double Lift really running the board right now.
You know, I did expect Team Double Lift to be winning. I just thought it might be a little bit closer after some of the momentum we saw Team 10s get.
Sometimes it just don't. You know, sometimes it just don't.
I'm going to put that on a shirt.
It's kind of like Forrest Gump put the smiley face on a shirt, you know, and like somehow.
I bought some stock in a company called Apple.
It's a little company. I bought some stocks in a little company called Apple.
Mama don't need to work no more.
Summit, they're coming for you.
Summit.
Summit.
Mid double kill there. And Gingy. Gingy, you know, Gingy, I don't know how much Counter-Strike she plays, but Gingy's been a solid contributor for Team 10s today. She's been showing up in the clutch. Landmark here doing his best.
Well, at least
Tarkov impression there. He's gonna walk around a little bit and just keep walking and not see anyone and just keep walking.
And it's kind of like this. Team 10s, after the past couple rounds, probably realized that B site just really, you know, it's not coming together in ways that they would probably liked it to have. And so just because it's the AT&T Annihilator Cup doesn't mean you have to come here and get annihilated on the last map of the day. I just want to paint that picture for everyone at home.
I think at this point it's already been painted.
Well, it's painted, but in this moment, to be specific, Team 10 is about to get that bomb plant over there on the A bomb site. Now,
Double Shadow, though, is
still looking on
They
for
can see
Donut.
the shadow, can they not?
No.
This is actually the problem. If you don't know much about Counter-Strike, your settings might be wrong. But you need global shadows and ambient occlusion not on low, so you can see the shadows, by the way, chat, if you don't play Counter-Strike.
Oh, my. Oh, double lift. This is not what I signed up for, bud.
He's still going to get away with it.
Nope, because he's about to get flanked. Big, humongous flank here from Donut. Double lift goes down. 1-on-1. Scump. Sakuno.
Is there Scump on... No. Okay. I was going to say, is there smoke on Scump, but there's not.
Oh,
he's tough, unless he hits an insane shot right now.
You got to stick it, buddy.
Nice try.
Scump ends what would it be Team 10's stump. 8-1. Team 10 picking up their first round. Jordan Gilbert in the chat right now. So if you are watching on Twitch, just go ahead and type anything that might come to mind when it comes to asking Jordan questions. Not anything that comes to mind, because I know you guys can get a little crazy, a little vile in there, perhaps even.
So much for my 10s pick. Correct, Insomnia. Correct. My pick, listen,
They're gonna have free
you win some, you lose some. And in this case, losing would be one word for it.
That is one apt and very adequate word for what's happened here. And that's okay. You know, if someone has to lose, these are competitions. Speaking of losing, first round there lost for the side of Team Double Lift.
Something to write home about.
It might actually be. We're going to keep our eyes over here towards that B bomb site, of course. There's only 2 bomb sites on the map. Probably 50-50 chance you end up on this one regardless. Full AKs for Team 10s.
Look at this rotation, Trace. One thing I've noticed is Team Double Lift just keeps over-rotating, and Team 10s, they go slow as if something's going to change, but they're giving up map control. So Double Lift just pushes. They know they're all B-side.
Well, that's what I expected from my team captain. You know, when I picked this team and I saw Double Lift there, and it's sort of that figurehead, that leadership figure over there for, obviously, Team Double Lift, I knew that this was going to be the outcome. Like, it should go without saying, Jordan. But, yeah, another round here for Team Double Lift. Do you not know what Glorp is, Jordan? Glorp, that's G-L-O-R-P, Glorp.
It's a cactus.
To you, it might be a cactus. There's more to it, man. If you have to ask, you'll never know. It's like Angelica Pickles once said.
Don't leave Chucky at home?
No, she said, if you have to ask, you'll never know.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Angelica Pickles. 9-1.
Remember Rugrats in Paris? That was a good one.
Yes. Is that the one with Jay-Z and Kanye?
It was Nickelodeon. Kanye was probably involved. Wait, no. That would be Diddy.
It's A. Nothing B. Count was clear, mid clear.
9-1. And there you have it. They're going to find their way into that bomb site without a doubt. Still, they've got their work cut out for them. Summit Company just keep trying to eat on their lunch, and in doing so, they've let it down to Kaylee. Landmark and Scump, pretty good little duo. I'd say they've been pretty good about tying up their loose ends, Jordan. You want to tie up any loose ends?
No, just to get back focusing on the game here, Trace. And
yeah, it's right there for the taking. 10-1. Got them right where you want them, Team 10s. Right where you want them. I think it starts now, that
you know, this is the tough thing, but this is what's bound to happen in this kind of format. So, you know, some of you guys, this might be your first time watching. A lot of you have already watched. This is what, number 5, I think, in terms of Annihilator Cups. So you guys know the format. They're playing a lot of different games. Some games are going to go like this. You're going to get washed. But again, we keep reminding you, this is what's cool. League of Legends next week. The literal inverse could happen in any one of these matchups. Teams just got to try to do their best, get as much points as you can each week, and then get them tallied up in the end, you know? Not every week is going to go smooth for you.
Yeah, it's true. You can't win them all. You could try to win some, maybe a couple.
Maybe one, not two.
Well, you did win one. I don't even know if you tried to do that, but ultimately you got to 11-1 as the indicative scoreline as to how this first half of this grand final of our week 1 of the AT&T Annihilator Cup, brought to you, of course, by AT&T. That's right, you guessed it. And we jump into a second pistol here, and if your team 10s, if you want any shot at all, anywhere remotely close to the server, is now the time to start doing that.
Maybe they could win a PC by scanning the QR code.
Maybe they could.
Austin chimed in, let you know to go to att.com/AnnihilatorCup.
Guess where we're going, Jordan? What's that link again?
att.com/AnnihilatorCup, right?
No, I was going to say we're going to the B-Bomb site again, but
Oh,
yes.
B-Bomb site. Yeah, B-Bomb site. Well, I mean, Scump, look at him. Okay, double lift, like.
Row. And still in the round. Nice. 10's removed from the round. Scump and double lift look to close this one out, or at least put us up onto map, match, and championship point here of the first week. And they're going to run it all the way over to that A-Bomb site, if you can believe it. It's sort of a new one. We're calling it Around the World, the B to A strategy.
Is that your next book?
Yes, the B to A marketing strategy.
From B to A.
Oh.
Around the World is Trace Saranthus.
That was just ridiculous, Gump. Don't do them like this.
You don't love to see such a lopsided final match of the day here, but, you know, in the end, it's cool to see a team, you know, showing domination, because you never know. The next game might be a bunch of close matchups. So, I don't know. There's something fun about it, I guess, if Double Lift Squad is who you're supporting.
Yeah, if that's who you pick, that's who you pick. And you can't change that now. Of course, I don't think you'd want to if you pick Team Double Lift, because this is domination. Yeah, maybe, you know, there's a real chance that some of these competitors got a little gassed earlier on. And so, Scump leading the charge out of cave, at least trying to find some spam. Some frags there through the smoke. Someone will do it for him. Jake and Bake gone. 10's gone. And what I say is the house of cards falling right here on top of Team 10's. Kaylee, 1-on-4. They're just going to all throw their weapons down. That's going to be that 13-1.
Gosh.
Wrapping it up, putting a bow on this one. It is, of course, Team Double Lift. I don't know if there's a trophy moment. No one really kind of prepped me for that. By trophy moment,
we'll get to it.
Land, kind of impossible anyway.
We'll get to it. Anyway. We'll get to it. 13-1.
Yeah.
Yikes.
13-1. We thought before that it would be a little bit more competitive. I mean, on paper, this one looked like it could have been more competitive.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah. But didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't look anything like competition. In fact, by the time we got to that last match, it was all said and done. Just kind of like everyone who was smart went ahead and predicted Team Double Lift was going to win. And surely the highlights will show us that as well.
Yep. Surely they will, and they're available to us right now.
Oh, there he is. Man of the hour, Mr. Double Lift, a.k.a. the champion, Jordan.
Yeah, no, he impressed me this whole day. He did a lot of good damage. He was, you know, seemingly a good voice on the team for a lot of the plays they're making along with Summit. You know, there was, and Sakuno actually, he had a couple big rounds, multi-frags a couple times right there. Not one of his finest moments. You know who else impressed me right here is Scump, actually. I think he had over 100 ADR. He was putting in work. You could see he's been getting some reps in Counter-Strike. So yeah, overall, they had the most cohesion, the most kind of just pace about them throughout the games.
They had the most Counter-Strike about them, I think.
Yeah, the most Counter-Strike.
Especially in the listen-ins, like you could clearly hear the difference.
Yep.
Like even right here, Double Lift almost walks away with 2 right then, and surely someone else was going to feed him in this moment. Yeah, man, it's a non-starter, Mr. Austin. I think I hate to say it. Obviously, Team 10s, there was a lot of anticipation, expectation, and now devastation.
Yeah, you look at if you're sitting here, your Team 10s. I mean, how do you pick up the pieces after this one? What do you do? How do you sit and reflect? I mean, it wasn't even close. What do you tell your team if you're Team 10s?
Sell the farm.
Sell the farm?
Like that.
Clean house? You gotta play with these guys for the rest of the tournament.
Maybe pack it up.
I mean, are there some intangibles that are things that you could carry with you onto the other games? Because obviously League of Legends it's not the same game, very different game. Are there some intangibles as professional gamers that you could point to that they could carry on to the next
mentality, a little bit of like not giving up, that kind of like the cliches, but you could always remind each other like
there's a camaraderie.
There's 4 battles that make up this war, so let's not focus on just the one battle, right?
That's true. Working as a team. I mean, it just goes with like any environment. You have to get in there, and once it's not going your way, how do you go about pushing it the way you need it to, so that you can find success?
Now you guys have been in situations where you've just gotten your butt kicked.
I have gotten my ass kicked before.
Yeah. And what is your personal methods of recovering, getting out of it?
Jordan, you got beat up last, so what happened?
Wait, what happened? Tell us about it, Jordan. It's a safe space.
I left my journal at home, and quite frankly, I can't remember it without the writings. But mostly I just try to focus on what I can control.
Sure.
And what you can control is your effort, your input. The outcome is not always controllable. The input is, though. And so what they can input is consistent effort. A lot of things that we could learn from some of those rounds is the little things. They didn't throw a smoke grenade. They didn't coordinate for each other. They probably thought they were just going to get outskilled, which they did. But a lot of rounds, they actually had closer chances to win the round than they would have made it perceived.
Yeah.
So read between the lines a little bit.
Sure. You think maybe if you go and look back, do you think there was an intimidation factor? Obviously not by 10s, perhaps, but maybe some of his teammates. Maybe them getting inside your head.
Well, I think at a certain point, just like in this last match that was a wash for all things considered, there's probably a point in Tenz's brain where he's like, you know what? I'm going to have to try to do this one by myself, and here I go. And then that also leads to further frustrations and fuel there. I mean, these are all just normal cycles of being a Counter-Strike player, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, it's just what happens. Sometimes you don't get a good game. In fact, the Ludwig Nate shot game was maybe a little bit closer, but none of them were really that close. You might as well have had Double Live first team, Ludwig, on that one.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it made much of a difference. We were hoping for, like you said, it came down to this for me. 10's kind of, he showed form, but he couldn't ever get into opportunities. So I was thinking maybe some kind of petri dish of decisions would come out of the previous matches. Their team would figure out a way to get a couple more kills.
They would have something to show for themselves rather than goose egg.
Well, because at this point, you got to, like you said, sell the farm, clean house. There's nothing to pull from this.
Just, disband the org, fire sell it all.
Are we going to have a chance to hear from anyone today, Austin?
Yeah. We're going to be able to talk to the MVP. They're tabulating the scores right now. And while they tabulate the scores, I need to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is your last chance to win tonight's weekly giveaway. 5 of you will win a gaming monitor, and at the end of the tournament, 1 lucky winner will take home the grand prize PC. Scan the QR code or head to AT&T AnnihilatorCup.com to fill out the entry form for your chance to win. A monitor.
Yeah.
That'd be real nice.
AnnihilatorCup.com.
Yeah, that's right. I could use another monitor.
Also, it's hip to be square.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. Do you guys like one big one or just one,
Would you rather have one horse-sized monitor? Or one monitor-sized horse?
Yeah.
Now that's deep. I don't know. Do it.
I don't know.
You will.
I don't know. We've got some results here from our games today. Here we can see how everyone performed individually. Remember, these points will be combined with team placement points from this week to get their total CS points that need to be converted into our unified score. Here on the individual level, we got Scump at the top. Jake and Bacon 10th place. Squeaks just slowly fell down the list today.
Well, it's unfortunate, but he definitely played his heart out. Like you can tell he plays the game. He gets it.
Mm-hmm. Got another page here.
Wait, there's more.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you hate to see a couple of those 0 points, but
yeah,
participation awards are available at the door.
That's right. And there's a lot left to be played. Like we said, there's many more. We got 3 more weeks of this, 3 different games. Opportunity to see how these players will shine in different games. All right, let's see how the rankings net out after we add in the team points. All right, take a look there. Scump still stays in first place after we add in the team points. The things shift around just a little bit, knocking my guy Squeaks to the second page, it seems.
I wonder how Shroud enjoyed that final.
Yeah, I mean, you see 4 of those guys that's the same team, right? The top 4, right?
Sure. Yep.
So.
But yeah, but if you're first place, it gives you that extra bonus. Helps quite a bit. So yeah, second page here. Yeah, and you see Team Ludwig. Yeah, the bottom 4, it's all Team Ludwig. Ludwig, Agent, Tyler, and Emery really suffering.
If you say, is it Calais or Kaylee?
Kaylee, yeah.
That's nice. Team 10 team points. Give her 10 points.
Yeah. See, there you go. So it goes on both directions with the unified scoring system. Sometimes you get
Squeaks, 8 individual, right?
Right. All right, now that we've gotten our full CS2 scores, let's look at our unified score rankings. This will be how we track everyone's placement through the rest of the event. And in first place, we've got Scump, followed by Double Lift, Summit, Landmark 10s, Jacob Egg, Lovely Low, Hutch, Saikuno, Nade Shot. I believe we probably have another page.
Yep. If I was a guessing man.
Mm-hmm. If you're a betting man.
No, I'm not that.
Yeah, neither am I, and we would never speak of that.
I didn't say all that. I'm just not.
All right, okay.
You got to do you, boo-boo.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. Ludwig, all of even here, Ludwig's team is in the I was really off on that prediction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, we award these unified points based on placement in each week's games. First place will always get 25 points. Second will get 20, and so on. Now that we've seen how our individual competitors did, let's take a look at our team standings. All right.
Yeah.
Just like you predicted it.
Man, it's not even close, too. And that's the thing. I'm just going to speak here on behalf of Double Lift, not officially, just kind of throwing that out there into the world. Just kind of like if I was doing a winner interview right now and it was just that team. Yeah, we really had this one in the bag. 88 points. Closest one is 39. 10's like, I guess you tried, bro. But like ultimately, we are the best. We are Double Lift. They're all saying that right now on TeamSpeak or whatever. Or that's Discord.
Second place.
Nice.
10's, third, Nade Shot. Fourth, Ludwig. 0 points. Hey, look, there's next week, Ludwig. I'm still rooting for you, though. All right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm still rooting for you.
Man, Squeaks coming in hot down there with that 1 point for Team Ludwig.
You got something to say?
Clutch.
He tried.
No, he really.
I feel the emotion coming off of you.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel the pain of that team. I may even call Ludwig after this just to check in on him as a friend. But if I know Ludwig, he's a competitor. He's gonna rally his team, and they're gonna come back next week. And I think they're gonna it'll be my prediction next week. I'm predicting it right now. MVP Ludwig. MVP Squeak. It's Team Ludwig. And if I keep predicting every single week, maybe one day, one of the weeks I'll get it right.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 times. Maybe it's a start.
25% chance, 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's right. And unfortunately, right now, not looking good. They're tabulating the scores right now, and we're going to figure out who our MVP is. But curiously, obviously, the MVP is based on actual performance. It's not.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. It's just not. Yeah, it's not. It's based on. It's based on that. So it will be Scump. But who would be your MVP? Like your participation trophy award MVP.
Scump.
Think so? Yeah, I mean, that's what I felt. I wasn't sure across the board, but when you see the points list, the damage he was doing each game, we chose Scump. I think, there's a couple honorable mentions, but I'm going to let Scump have the spot right now because I think those other people have time to get the spotlight when they show up and perform like he did.
Yeah, you showed up. You came prepared to play. You were ready to play the game known as.
And the mustache was looking great.
Yeah, and you looked cool doing it. So you really can't beat that.
Sure. So you think obviously he's got it on paper, but my point was, is there any, to your point, honorable mentions, if you will?
Octane, I think pushing for info a lot, kind of cool, good for you. maybe expedited some of those other longer rounds that could have potentially unfolded.
Double lift.
Yeah, double lift definitely came ready to play as well.
I mean, I thought we'd be talking to him but Scump had a fabulous round here in the last game, so
yeah. There were a couple out there, but again, Counter-Strike's not for everyone, just like League isn't for everyone. MOBAs versus FPS versus Jordan's more like an MMO RPG kind of guy.
Yeah. I actually played DDR full time.
Okay. I'm more of a flight simulator guy myself.
We talked about it.
I tell you what, if Flight Simulator ever became a competitive game, I'd be first in line. It will never become a competitive game, but
maybe like I think you could say role play, and
I mean that's kind of what playing is. It's
like film it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you put on the outfit.
Yeah.
You go through your like, what's my rollout speed?
You sit there and go through the entire.
No, but that is literally.
Pretend a kid comes up to like see the cockpit, like brush him out. Stewardess.
Yeah.
It's really your mom. You're living back at home again.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our MVP Scump with an incredible performance tonight, and we're excited to talk to him. He's standing by.
Come
hey,
on,
Scump,
I'm
how
on
are
top
you?
of the world. I don't know how I just got the MVP.
Yeah, you are.
In that. I played CS last night for the first time in a while. Shot 1,000. Yeah, I shot 1,000.
Really?
I went into a
Really?
headshot only DM. Got 1,000 kills. My arm.
Champion's
this
mindset.
arm. My wife had to massage it after. I was like, I'm in pain. I haven't played that long in a while.
Oh man.
So prior to this, you had to have some experience a little bit. You couldn't have just picked it up for the
I
first time.
played Counter-Strike pretty much religiously for, I would say, probably like 6 to 8 months back in the off season, back in like 2018. So I definitely got reps. I was an A+ on ESEA, so I played before.
Sure. Now, what do you have to say about your team? Because obviously it's a team game. What do you have to say about your team and their performance tonight? With
everyone played amazing. I feel like our team meshed really well together as well. Great personalities on the squad, but everyone did their 20%, and it just worked out. Lovely low killed 10s. I was gassing her up. I was like, I saw that. So just spreading the love to everybody and making sure everyone's having fun. But yeah, the team was great.
So good camaraderie on that team.
Oh,
a lot of good energy. Was that throughout the entire all day long?
It's kind of hard not to, and we're just slamming everybody. I mean, it was 9-2, 9-2, 9-1, 13-1, I think. We were vibing.
Yeah. Now, looking forward to the next 3 competition days after today's strong start. How do you feel?
Good. So I haven't played League in a while. I played a long time ago, but Double Lift said that I can get some games in with him. Street Fighter, kind of the same thing. We'll see. This was this week and week 4 of my 2 locks. 2 and 3 will be. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited.
Well, your performance was incredible, and in addition to earning first place on the leaderboard, AT&T is also donating $10,000 on your behalf to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So it's a great charity, and AT&T is proud to make that donation to a great cause.
Oh, I love it. We've done a lot of work with Make-A-Wish in the past as well, having people come out and just showing love to the kids. They came through toward the Hex Quarters, and they're always so nice, and their families are always so nice. So very happy to be able to donate $10,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
It's a wonderful organization, and thank you, Scump, for the call, and congratulations again on being our weekly MVP. Good luck next week, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, y'all too.
Have a good night.
Sorry for being late. I was trying.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps week 1 of the AT&T Annihilator Cup. Be sure to tune in next week for League of Legends. And now, for the first time ever, fans can connect with the tournament like never before. During the last week of the tournament, fans are invited to an in-person viewing party at the 100 Thieves compound in Los Angeles. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me this week to break down all the action, and thanks to our 20 competitors for starting the tournament strong. We'll see you all next week. Good night.